Okay, so we are back. Once again, the thing is not working right. No one's getting notifications to join. It's really aggravating. I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but it's weird to have such a small amount of people with so much time into the stream. You know what I mean? Usually people are right back in, but something's going wrong. I don't know. And then that crashed, and my stream ended for no reason at all. So yeah, it hasn't been a good start to the stream this week. So I don't know what's happening today, but yeah, the stream just stopped. It froze my PC, or not my PC, but the game, and then Streamlabs stopped working, so I had to restart. So we're going ground up yet again, restarting. So trying again. Anyway, if I could just catch a break, that'd be great. What's up, Ryder? Hey, Gareth. I didn't think you did, Ryder. No one's getting notified. There's like no one in here, and nothing's working, so it's really frustrating, bro. It's just the same shit. Hello.
What's up?
Hey.
How'd it go?
Fine. I mean, I'm really pissed at YouTube because it doesn't work. Like, literally no one's getting any notification. Like, it's just...
I didn't get a notification for yours. I got a notification for Twitch, but not YouTube.
Yeah, it's not... I don't know what's going on. It literally... Like, because normally, I'd say when I first start a stream, I'd say I get anywhere from 20 to 40 right off the cuff. And I've got, like, 7. So it's like... It's really annoying because I know there's people who are watching, but they can't get it. You know what I mean? Or want to watch, but they don't know, right? And if the issue went, like, if there was an issue there, obviously it's gonna be a problem. And no one, people are like, oh, maybe he just stopped it, and then they're gonna go do something else. But I hate these problems because, like, and then people are like, no, it's you. They just don't want to watch your fucking ass. And I'm like, well, maybe to a degree, but you know. Hey, Guru.
Well, I see you posted your videos before you started streaming.
I actually posted them on the weekend.
Oh yeah, you did that.
I never post during the day it comes out. I'll never do that. There's just not enough time. So
Yep,
I always pre-upload. It's so much easier. I've been doing that since like 1900. So like I mean because the embargo for all that was up on Sunday at a weird time. It was a very weird time. And what am I trying to say? And so I didn't want to spam it all in one day, but I wanted to get a lot of it out. So I put some for today as well. Guru, do I have you on the list? Because you should be able to... Yeah, you can join me. You don't need an invite. My game is completely open. I always leave the lobby unlocked. Don't forget to leave a like on the stream, guys. That does help, too. Makes a big difference, because YouTube just wants to fuck with me today. You know? I had like 50-some people in here, and they're not coming back ever again.
Nope.
It's so disheartening.
Like, fuck that shit.
What?
Fuck that shit.
What shit?
Like, I don't want like he ended the stream. How dare you?
Oh.
I'm fucking out.
Yeah, I'm done, bro. Clocking out for the day on your ass. Wait, did I get all the... Not yet. Okay, that'll have to wait. Topo. Double kills, huh? Alright. Yeah, it's rare. I haven't seen any of my, too many of my regular mods. Tam's not here. Grant's not here. Bill's not here. Anyway, let's just start it. What's up, Madden? 2K21 like NBA? Yeah, I'll be getting that. What's up, Fahim? How you doing? What's up, Panda? I'm kind of neutral. I'm kind of neutral about Ghost of Tsushima. I think it'll be fun, but... Well, they won't, rookie, so you're keeping your money. I feel like in order to have 40,000 people in a live stream, you have to have multiple million followers. People think what the subscribers you have, that's the amount of viewers you're supposed to get. It's not. Because not everyone is going to be watching at the same time around the world. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, you know, you gotta give them some slack. Thanks, Guru. What's the R word, Abdul? What does that mean? I didn't know there was
The
an R
R.
word. What is an R word?
The retarded.
Is that the R word? Is that even a swear though? Doesn't that word actually mean just slow learning?
I feel well. It's it was.
It's
to
used
be a
in.
medical.
Well, it actually means like the actual. It's like the word gay meant happy, but no one associates it with that anymore. So I feel like the term retard or retarded is now a term like it's very derogatory. So it's like, but it still is a word that just means slow to learn, or it's like a medical condition where it's harder to learn at a, you know, I don't know.
Peter Griffin's mentally retarded.
What's up, Dylan? The annoying thing is you can't even say that anymore. Like you can't even diagnose somebody, and then they're like, "Oh, that's not nice. You can't say that." And I'm like, "But that's what the situation is." I mean,
Yeah,
it's one thing to use it in a derogatory term, but everyone will take it as a derogatory term these days.
I'm not saying that this specific person is like a worse person because of who they are. I'm just saying that you're not a very smart person. And that's okay. I call this one the long.
Jesus, I better have gotten that stupid kill. That was ridiculous.
Reloading.
Me and Dan to the ends of the earth.
How did I level up to a 55 in Fallout? I played it a lot. I played all the DLCs. I played multiple missions.
Did you see his Let's Plays on it or what?
Yes, I got the mount out of it. No, I'm reloading. Damn it. What up, Bill?
You fucking vagina.
Thank y'all for joining me again. I'm sorry about the first crash. Don't forget to slap like on the stream. Helps out immensely.
Yeah, Dan was being very funny when you guys left.
Bye. Oh, wait, there's no one there? Dude, I look stupid now. I thought there was someone up there, and I was, like, being fun.
Silly rabbit. Tricks are for kids.
Well, like I said, Rookie, you won't have to give me anything, because I won't have 40,000 people in this stream. I just won't.
Maybe one day. Like,
no, man, I don't think it's possible anymore, really. There's just too many people streaming, and nothing works half the time. You have to be playing literally, like to get a live... Like, there are people, like, who are #1 on Twitch that average that like 30,000, but they have, like, millions and millions of followers, right? I'm just not there. And to be able to start, and I didn't start streaming, right? I started just non-live, so there's a lot of guys who started streaming, and that's like a completely different, you know, ball game.
Oh, girl, you make me say, you make me. I almost shot Joker in the face. One of my classes' name is Bob's Buns.
You're what? Wait, what?
One of my classes' names is Bob's Buns. It's hilarious.
What do you mean?
That's
like,
my class. For one of my classes.
You can change the name of your classes?
Yeah. Do it. You should all you gotta do is go to class and then.
Oh, dude, for some reason, I thought you meant like in school. I don't know why my head went there. I'm like, what are you? So you're taking Bob's Buns 101? Is that what's going on here?
Yeah.
I'm going to college. I'll teach that. I'll teach that course.
I'm taking RPGesus.
Yeah, I was like, what are you fucking talking about? I mean, that should be your RPG class. RPGesus, hands fucking down.
100%.
Somebody take them out? They must have, because they were there.
I'm gonna have to buy a Bob's Bun shirt. What happened? I gotta get my PC first, and then
Okay, jump.
I gotta get my PC first, and then Bob's Buns.
It's in that order.
Yep. PC, Bob's Buns.
I'm not playing that good. Of course, during the crash, that's, you know, you play decent.
Yeah.
How did I not get? Oh my god, eat a vagina.
I think he would have enjoyed that.
Man, that sucks.
Son of a whore.
Got him. Fuck you.
Ow.
Where?
Oh shit!
Damn it!
There was a guy.
There wasn't.
was a guy-
There's no excuse.
There was a
You
guy
fucked
that
up.
was running
That's your
past-
excuse.
Yep.
Ouch.
The guy running past you to the stairs, and I missed him. And I shot you.
So do I, Dylan, man. I don't throw any of my games out. I don't know if people who just trade their shit in. You don't get your value back. I mean, I get it. I mean, if you can save money, like if you paid 60 bucks and you get, you know, you get $40 back for it, that's better, I guess, but.
The 1080 Ti is still so good. It's ridiculous. I don't understand why it's so good. It's still like one of the top 5 graphics
I was
cards.
indoors. Fuck that. Describe the difference going from console to a PC. It's a little overwhelming at first. Honestly, I'd say the biggest difference that I could give you right off the snuff is, damn. The biggest difference is your seating position. If you're used to laying down on a couch when you play video games, it just changes. You're closer to a screen. Man, I can't get them. They have white phosphorus and they have a VTOL out there.
I can't see shit. I'm just
gonna wait it out. But all I can tell you is, once you get used to the controls, and even if you understand the concept of the keyboard and mouse controls, you'll eventually learn it, and you'll be like, why didn't I do this? Like, it feels more natural. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So with the keyboard and mouse, you're just like, oh, I get it, I understand. And you can feel like you're more precise.
I love keyboard and mouse already. I've only had it for like a month. If even.
Because the thing is, I played PC games like before consoles really were super mainstream. Yes, there were Nintendos, but I remember playing like Half-Life, the original Half-Life, so long ago. The original Duke Nukem and Doom and all those old games, like old shooters. I remember playing the shit out of those because my uncle was a big FPS fan. He still is to this day. And I remember we played like Duke Nukem and Doom, like I said, and all those other games.
Whatever happened to those games?
What do you mean?
Well, it turned to be the last few have been real shitty.
Doom?
No, Duke Nukem.
Well, there haven't been any since 2011. I mean, the 2011 one was kind of rubbish. That thing went through development hell.
Yeah, it didn't have like 6 different developers or some shit like that.
That was stupid to me. Yeah, I think it went through 3 different studios in its like 12-year development cycle. Oh, come on. I'm doing shitty now, man.
The 1080 Ti is still one of the top like 5 graphics cards in the gaming community, which is insane.
Damn it, he's up top there, man. He's in that window with the bathroom. I can't get him. He's sticking out. Up to your left. Behind you, behind you. Yeah, yeah.
Everyone put on your bulletproof
Oh! Oh my god, how did I survive that? Holy shit, bro. Oh my god. Look at that trip. Oh my god, that was wild. I'm really choked that I died there, but that was an insane kill. I wish they would put it as play of the game, because that was ill. At least you can see what happened, but I don't think I'm gonna get play of the game. No, it gave me fun, and it's me. I'm the final kill. Eat a ball sack. Right after I got that dope trip, they're like, "Well, you're in the final kill at least."
We didn't do so
What's
well.
up, Paul? What's up, Aaron? Oh, hey, Chris. What's up, man?
A lot of haze going around.
What's that?
A lot of haze going around. Hey,
Well, a bunch of people jumping in.
how many things are you at right now?
What do you mean?
Like viewers.
33,
Hey,
35
you're
now. It's like everyone's getting the notification now and they're starting to come in. The notifs were like super delayed. I mean, some people are telling me like, no, I don't get them at all. Like, it's just like, and people are like, oh no, YouTube works fine. It's all on you. And I'm like, yeah, okay. All these people saying I didn't get shit. Sherlock Holmes games, man. Those were fun. There's a new one coming out, I think. Not this year, but next year. I really dug those games. Devil's Daughter I particularly like because it wasn't super overwhelming, but it still was like a proper investigative game. So.
L.A. Noire or Sherlock Holmes?
L.A. Noire. Not even hesitating. When was the last time we played though, Chris? It's been so long since we played this game. Fuck. I don't even remember. I mean, everything's relatively the same. There's like more weapons, more game modes, more maps, things like that. But Facebook, fuck me. Okay. That would have been like pre-January, January or December or something.
Yeah.
Fuck. Forgot all about that. It's like, I mean, gameplay wise it's basically the same, but
you guys remember every Friday was still gonna be a Facebook stream?
Well, for me it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Now you're
fuck that. Switched. It became an effort to play over there. You know what I mean? Mm. Like getting no response at all. It's just.
Yeah.
I've yet to see the trailer. I saw like a brief snippet. I saw like not the full trailer, but like the edited version. I gotta watch the full version of that trailer.
I literally can't wait for my PC. I'm so excited.
When does it come? When does it arrive?
I don't remember. It's sometime soon.
Yeah, 400 people, 0 comments. Yeah, I don't know if the views counted for Facebook where people would scroll by and it would be playing automatically. Does that count as a viewer? Like, I didn't remember if that did or not. There was no engagement on that site. Follow me, bro.
Only if you ask nicely.
Yeah, I gotta get into my groove.
Fuck. There was a guy that commented on one of your streams like 3 days ago and said how he didn't like that you were playing with me.
Oh, you? Why?
Yeah. Because like he thinks I'm a kid apparently. I don't know.
You don't sound like a child. You sound younger, sure, but you're not a child.
How old do you think I am? Take a guess.
Well, weren't you like 15?
I just turned 16.
Okay, well, yeah. I remember you told me that already. Because, like, yeah. I remember you're like, I was watching you at like 8, and I'm like, you shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Or like you're watching Skyrim or something, I think it was, and then.
Yep.
Or you were like 5 or 6. No, it was like younger than. I'm like, what the? I raised this man.
I think I was like 6 at the time.
Yeah.
Yep. I probably shouldn't have been watching you, but I don't know. I just liked your humor.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel bad about it. I mean, if children watch me, that's just the way it goes.
Yeah, now
you know, like I'm not your parent, so I can't be like, don't watch this, man. I'm like, well, you know, do you think?
You're a little bitch. Not you, Dan. This kind of kid.
I can be sometimes.
Yeah, Dan, you're a little. Just kidding.
I gotta say, I'm better though. I used to be like angry all the time at like every game. I grew up. I grew up a little, sort of, partially.
Is there someone else in this Discord? Is it just us?
It's just us. Oh, that failed.
Son of a bitch. Well, isn't this nice? It's a one-on-one conversation between two.
Oh, I got blown right out the window. That was brutal. Far Cry 6 gameplay? I do not know.
People seem to think that you have every insider information about every game.
It's true. People say, "Hey Dan, have you heard anything about like even before they announced there was another Skate in development?" They're like, "Dan, are they doing another Skate?" I'm like, I don't know. You know what I know. You know, like I should.
The only time you know more than they do was when they allow you to like play the game early.
Yeah.
Super.
And even then, like I'm only allowed. It's stuff people are already aware of. You know what I mean?
Yep. You do it because you're super famous. I'm just kidding.
I remember people have said, Dan, you're famous. I'm like, I'm just not. I'm not. I like to. I'd say I'm known, but even that's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
You know, stay humble.
Well, yeah, you have. Well, if you think about it, there's 7 billion people in the world, and you have 500 subscribers or 500,000, not 500.
Yeah, almost 500. Yeah. So it's like that's a small percentage, and the thing is, like, who knows where they're from? They're all around the world, so there's bits and pieces. I look at it this way: I have enough subscribers that could fill a stadium, more than a stadium, like half. Like I have enough to fill like how many like football stadiums? Like I don't mean like American football, like UK, like soccer, like those seating capacities are like 70, 80. So even that, you know.
Son of a bitch.
Oh shit. Am I a fan of anime? Not in the slightest.
I like some animes.
I just don't care.
Oh shit!
I remember someone was like, someone asked me, a fan asked me, it's like, do you think, I can't remember what it was. I was asked, do you watch Avatar, The Last Airbender? And I'm like, no, I don't really. Oh shit! Oh, sorry. My apologies. Anyway, I'm like, I don't watch animes, and homeboy is like, it's not an anime. I'm like, I think it is. It looks like it is. And he's like, no, it's Western made, so it's not an anime. And I'm like, is that what differentiates an anime from just an art? I didn't know, and I'm just like, I don't know shit about anime, but it's like nitpicking at that point. I'm like,
I believe it would be considered a cartoon, like a kid's cartoon.
But I thought anime was like a style. Like I didn't think it was nation based, you know, area based. But apparently it is.
I think anime is made in like Japan and shit like that, and
yeah, it's like Japanese. That's what differentiates anime from not.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that. See, like I don't watch anime, so how would I know that? You know what I mean? It's just like I don't watch that, so it's Western influence. I didn't know that show was from the West. I didn't know that. Oh, bitch.
We're getting our asses kicked.
Do a top 10 series of what, Ryder? So I do those for the end of. Ooh, what a headshot! That was buttery.
He's pissed.
Oh, they're all back here, bro.
We can do it!
No! Fuck! There were like 3 of their guys, and the guy shoots me.
What a little... Come on! One more kill!
Nice.
Yeah.
Good job. Of all time. Wow, we won by 1 point. That is close.
It's all thanks to me. I'm just kidding.
It was all thanks to Grim. Grim popping dome, send him home. Grim's got Discord, hold on. I hated this story in 2K20, Jaden. It was...
But yeah, he did not want you to play with me anymore because he thinks I was a kid. He's like, I understand your pain with having to play with kids, and then he told a story about like how on his Rust server they had to ban a kid that was like an admin or something. I don't know. He told his whole life story.
Sorry to interrupt you, man. I'm just gonna create a new chat that you have to join because it'll be a group chat now. So just heads up, okay?
All right.
So, do you remember who it was that said that? Or is he not in here yet?
Oh, I'm right here.
Okay. Do you remember who said that?
What's up? Let me look. Oh, hey, Grim.
Yo, what up?
Hey, what's up, bro?
How's joint? It was Grim. Let me actually
Not
look and
much.
see what it was. It was before your night call streams, which, by the way, were fantastic.
What's up, Yassine? I mean, I liked Nightcall, but I was getting really burnt out towards that third episode, man. Like, that was, like, playing the same thing, and it was very predictable, I found. Like, it wasn't as complicated as they made it seem, you know what I mean? They're like, this one's really hard, this one, the motives don't make sense. No, every time the motives made sense, and really, at the end of the day, there was only one person we could have picked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Which one do you think, which case do you think was the hardest?
None of them. They were all very easy.
His name...
I mean-
his name was Virus of Cyrus.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
I'm gonna read you the comment.
I don't know if you want to.
Alright. Okay.
What? Wow.
Whoa. No.
When it was just he put a timestamp and then it was like me and you talking, and he's like, I know how annoying it is to play with you kids like this. The constant and stupid things they say all the time. LOL. They'll rather say anything, no matter how stupid or childish, rather than just say nothing. And when you have them on your team, it can be very embarrassing. Okay, they're nice or decent people, as I will always defend them. But I once had a young, careless admin on one of my popular Rust servers had to remove me. It felt terrible as every single day he begged me, the other admins, to let him be admin again. But he would just prove he should be wanted. And she would say things like, I just want to keep flying around. When you use Vanic to watch players, as you obviously can't have people seeing admins flying around, well, they will think you're doing it to watch and learn base positions, etc. I don't really give a fuck about Rust. And then he goes, I love the single player, but can't play the multiplayer in Modern Warfare. The whole die, respawn, and repeat thing is just too boring and repetitive when you've been a hardcore gamer for 25 plus years. For some reason, I love these games in VR. And then he talks about VR like that. And then he said, people always wonder what the fuck I'm even using. It's so loud, LOL.
That was a long comment.
Yeah, it was
I
just
wouldn't
him
worry about it,
complaining
man.
about how he did.
I mean, the thing is, I don't think, you gotta look at it this way, I don't think I could be in a Discord's, like, call with, like, a child, because they have this, like, high-pitched shriek. You know, some just get, like, when they get excited, it just turns into, like, the most, like, some, I don't know, like, prepubescent Michael Jackson kind of shit, and you're just like, I can't hang. I don't consider you annoying if that's what you're worried about.
Okay, good to know. But there was that one kid, what was his name, like Dante or something, that was like really young.
Well, I mean, that happens. I can never hate on someone for being young, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I don't want to exclude people, but at the same time, sometimes you do have to be like, all right, let's tone it down, because, like, not everybody likes that shit, but, you know, I play with actually kids who are, like, you know, 10, and they've been, like, way older than they sound, you know what I mean? Like, they actually are kids, but they know so much, and they're just not the traditional kid. I've met some that are really mature for their age.
Bullshit.
True story.
Yeah. But yeah, apparently he doesn't like it when you
What do I
play.
sound like?
What do you mean?
Well, he doesn't like it when apparently he thinks I'm a child and that I say embarrassing and stupid things. And I think you should watch out for me saying stupid and embarrassing.
Honestly, man, he might not have been talking about you though. Are you sure he was talking about you?
We put a timestamp.
Yeah, but were you the only one in the party?
I think so. I wasn't paying attention. All I know is that you put a timestamp and it was me talking.
Okay, well.
But
there's a lot of people I play with that say questionable shit too, and I don't think you're one of them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just guess he didn't like me. I guess he didn't like me very much.
Dude, it's fine. People make just quick judgment, you know, a lot. It happens. Like, I get it all the time. Like, how much shit do people talk about me, right?
Oh, I've seen your comments.
Oh, yeah.
I've been a fan for a lot of years.
And it does hurt. After all, I get it. Trust me. I know what it's like. And you just got to do your best to try and just... I don't want to be like, say, like, hey, ignore him, just ignore him, because people tell me that, and it's like the worst advice ever, because it's not that simple. telling you people just to, like, you have to just be able to, instead of ignoring them, listen to the people who are saying nice things. That's one thing I've been able to take solace in, is when people say nice shit, it usually drowns out the bad, even though sometimes it doesn't. That's what your the best advice I could say is try and focus. Don't ignore them. Obviously, it's going to be impossible to ignore those kind of comments because people are trained to, like, our brains are, like, programmed to detect any sign of negativity, right? So it's like, just try and train your brain to listen more to the positive than the negative, and think from that situation, hey, this guy doesn't know me, I don't know him, I'll probably never run into him in real life. His life is probably a lot more sad than mine because he's the one shit talking somebody who's just doing this or doing that, right? Like, you don't know him. I wouldn't randomly go up to somebody and just say, you're a fucking idiot, or I don't like you, you know what I mean? And none of these people would do that in real life. So it's a cowardice thing when people do talk shit online, but at the same time, it just goes to show, you know, like.
And even if he wasn't talking about me, which I think he was, but even if he wasn't, who cared? The kid that we were playing with was like 8 years old, and he was being a dick about it.
Well, it is what it is. Unless he heard like some chat, I don't know, because sometimes there'll be like a kid in the chat somewhere, and you'll hear him. But it is what it is. I wouldn't read too much into that, man. I mean, like him saying I shouldn't play with you isn't gonna make me not play with you. You know what I'm saying? Like I make the call, right? And I'm not gonna be that person. Like I said, you've never once came across as annoying. You always have something to say, and you always add to the conversation. So I prefer that you're in a chat. You know what I'm saying? So look at it that way.
I think even one time you were like, I joined the match, and you started the stream, and you're like, you know, I'm actually kind of glad. I saw who was jumped in, and I was like, I'm really glad it was you guys.
Yeah, like there are people who I play Call of Duty with, and like whenever I see them jump in, I'm just like, sweet, because I always find we have great discussions, you know?
Yeah.
Like it becomes, Call of Duty is like, you go through the motions of killing shit or whatever, like just generic shit, but then we end up going into different topics, and it turns into almost like a podcast, except with a background of video game, right?
Yeah,
that's what people have told me, though. Like, it's like watching a podcast, except with, you know, Call of Duty is to watch alongside it. So, and it's funny because that's how it becomes, you know, to a degree.
Well, I'm glad you let me play with you. Who knew when I was 8 years old watching this funny dude swear a lot and talking about how he likes women, and now I'm playing with him.
Hey, what's up, Gwen? How you doing, bro? I think I saw a comment I forgot to add, sir.
Like I'm like 8 years old, and I was like, holy shit, this guy's funny, and I subscribed to him, and then now I'm playing with him on a Call of Duty match, and he's saying that he likes playing with me. So I think I've made it pretty far.
Well, you gotta remember, bro, I don't ever think of myself as, no matter how large of a channel I become, I will never think of myself as like better than anybody. Because quite frankly, I mean, yes, I know how to entertain people. I can make people laugh. That's a skill I've had forever. But at the same time, I like the communication of people. I don't want people to feel like I'm above them, because I don't think I am in the slightest. Yeah. You know what I mean? I just don't get it. The difference between myself and some folks who watch is I'm the one just creating content when they're watching it. What does it matter what you're like? I watch other people too that I really like. You know, there's channels that I will watch. And, you know, I don't expect them to do anything for me. You know what I mean? It's not like, because there's some like, oh, you should do this because I'm a fan. No, I don't do that. But I also don't think, like, in the reverse order of things, I don't, you know, like, expect, like, I'm better. And I'm like, you're peasants. I will never talk to you. Or you have to pay me to get into a game. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know
like
what I'm saying?
They tell you, like, hey, I've been a fan for, like, a long time. You should let me fucking play with you.
Well, that doesn't happen, like, very often. People always ask, hey, can I join you? And I'm like, fuck yeah. Send me your details to join. No problem. But I've also received a couple of things where... I made a tweet about this the other day, where someone would shit talk, say something really douchey, and then they... Like, oh, no, I didn't mean it as an insult. And I'm like, okay, so if I went into your house and I said, man, you were, like... You know, I just walked in, I'm just like... I met you one time online, and I'm just like... Wow, bro, you were the ugliest sack of shit I've ever seen in my life. Holy fuck. And then you're like, oh, and he starts getting upset about it, and you're like, oh, but I didn't mean it as an insult, though. I mean, I'm sorry
Yeah,
if it came off as an insult. Like, are you fucking stupid? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can understand ribbing. Like, it's one thing, and hazing. Like, it's one thing if someone's like, you know, if someone's just roasting me a little bit based on something that I did do, or, you know, embellish a little bit. It's like, if I'm bottom of the list repeatedly, you know, and someone's like, Dan, are you gonna fucking, like, you know, am I gonna be able to unstrap you from my back, you know, or something like that, you know, like shit like that, you know, because you're carrying the team or whatever. I don't care about that. But there's people who like just attack like weird things, like pretending like they know you. Like, you know what I mean? Like when you have family, you can roast each other a little more, or really close friends, I feel like you can get away with saying more insults, but it's all in good fun and it's all in love at the end of the day. When it's someone you don't really know, I feel it's kind of arrogant to think that you can get away with that online. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And think like, oh no, but I'm a fan though. Okay, so that means you can say whatever you want. I'm sorry, but if like if my brothers and I were ever fighting and we said some shit, at the end of the day, our parents made us apologize for it, regardless of whether or not we meant it, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, like me, oh fuck. Son of a bitch. We've played each other, every time you've played this game, I think I've played with you almost every single time, and I'm a fan, like a big fan as well. But I feel like we've got to know each other a bit. But I'm not gonna like be like, Dan, you're a fucking loser, bro. You're
right.
fucking terrible. I'm not gonna.
But even if you did, I would know the difference between your like sarcasm or, you know, like I said, you've said a couple of times stuff like that where you're imitating others, for example, you know, and like you can tell the difference. But then there are people who actually say it. Or say things that are just like really ignorant and kind of just rude, and you're just like, how about you shut the fuck up? I don't know you. I don't have to have you here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they assume because, well, I'm a fan and I like your stuff. But the thing is, this person seemed to have liked my stuff because he thought I was a fucking idiot. Like, it's hilarious to watch how stupid he is. You know, it's just like, what? The fuck is that coming from?
I think if I remember correctly, he called you a pussy because you played on normal on Fallout.
No, he called me. Yeah,
did?
no, he called me. He didn't call me a pussy or anything, but he called me. He said that I play on very easy, and I'm like, no. Why would I play on very easy? That's not fun. But then later on a different video, I remember looking at I was catching up on some of my comments on videos and streams, and I saw him say something like, what did he say? He's like, oh, Dan, you haven't changed in 9 years, which I completely disagree.
Yeah.
I mean, if you saw me back in fucking 2013 or whatever it was, or no, so I guess 2011, you're telling me I haven't changed since I was like fucking 20? Have you watched anything? No. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I said some shit back then that I would never even dream of saying. Like things that I thought were funny and that I don't think are funny now. But at the same time, like, I have not once I would never make jokes like I did back then. Back then, socially acceptable, I was young and mature. You think things are funny that aren't funny. And then you change, you know, as you get older, your what you think is funny can still be immature to a degree, but within reason, right? So I never understood why he said that. And I'm like, dude, you clearly haven't watched me. And then calling me like, oh, you're always such a sissy. I'm like, say that to my face. Like, you'll never say it to my face. Who's a fucking sissy, you clown? You know what I mean? Like, and who says sissy? Like, what are you, 5? Like,
I find it funny how he's like, 2012 Dan is the same as 2020 Dan. I'm like, have you seen his sexy beard? 2012 Dan would never.
No, but like, the thing is, like, in terms of mentality, you know, fuck appearance, like, but, you know what I mean? Like, yes, there are some things that I still laugh about, like the jokes I made from that era still come past just because they're legendary, but at the same time I remember saying things. I remember people ask me a lot, they're like, have you ever watched any of your old Let's Plays? And the truth is I've watched I think a couple, just because I'm like, you know what, not because I'm like, oh, I think I'm so funny, but let's see what I was like and see where I've gone, you know what I mean? I wanted to see like progression and growth. So I remember watching bits and pieces of my old KOTOR, like the very first KOTOR Let's Play I did back in 2012, and I'm like, oh my god, this has not aged well at all. Like, it hasn't aged. Like, and people say it's their favorite one, and I'm like, bro, like, oh, I feel bad because I'm like, I wouldn't present myself this way. But that's why I had, like, another thing that was good about replaying the game modded. I could still play one of my favorite games of all time, but bit new. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It was just like, But yeah, I mean, I like I said, I try not to get too offended at things these days because people talk up their fucking ass, and everyone who has a problem with you has no leg to stand on with themselves. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's always like, you're telling me that I'm this. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And the thing is, I try not to get too like engaged in it, like because like you don't want to give them more attention than they crave, because most of that is an attention thing, I find. So instead of being friendly and getting positive attention, they find it's easier to do negative attention. Attention's attention, right? They ain't getting hugged at home or whatever the case is, and I'm being serious here, like whatever the case is there. And I'd rather someone just say, hey Dan, I would love to have, you know, I'd love to join you in a game and we'll just shoot the shit. I'd be like, fuck yeah. Hands down. I'd love that too, instead of you calling me like names and stuff like a little girl, you know what I mean? Like, why are you calling me names? Like, what? Grow the fuck up, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
Like you were talking about like how you've changed a lot, and I'm like, yeah, I could click on any like I think in like the first like 1 or 2 cities of Skyrim, you were already talking about like having sex with dark elves and shit.
Probably. I wouldn't doubt that for a second.
Yeah, nowadays I doubt you would have said anything close to that shit.
No, not even close. Not even. I remember every like attractive like female character I would make a comment on, and I'm just like, I remember doing that. I thought it'd be funny because that was my style of, you know, that was my sense of humor back then. But it's not funny to me. In fact, it's cringy to me. So when I see certain things that I've said or hear certain things that I've said in these old games, I'm like, oh damn, why did you say that? Like, it's not even fucking hilarious. Like, I mean, some people thought it was funny. Good, I'm glad, but at the same time, I wouldn't say them. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Your exact words were, "Would you tap a dark elf?"
okay. I probably wouldn't say that these days.
Well,
I'd find comedy in something else. I find that sexualizing everything is usually not a good route to take. Not these days, anyway. Yeah, right. I would rather he call me a bitch, because it's almost like him calling me sissy or whatever is almost like he's an older brother and he's being very condescending. It's almost like that.
Generally, I find that people who hate are generally accusing you or calling you something that they are themselves, but they won't admit it.
Right.
So
100%,
find
bro.
a way to...
Like, if they have doubts on themselves, it's called Jesus, I used to know this word back and forth. That is called transference. Ask any psychologist or psychiatrist, whatever, they will tell you it's like get your back in the corner, and there's a couple of reasons why they transfer their feelings on themselves to others. Because A, it makes them feel better about themselves knowing that there is another person who feels just as shitty as they do. That's one reason. And B, sometimes people think if they give those feelings to somebody else, they don't become that person. They're, you know what I mean? Like, if this person is the loser, they're not the loser anymore. So whichever way you look at it, they're taking how they feel about themselves. So if they want to call me a sissy, they probably feel very insecure about their confidence in something, right? Or whatever. And I'm like, bro, if you met me in real life, I guarantee you, if anybody who ever shit talked me in real life would completely change my tune. If they came up to me and did not say, like they didn't mention, hey, I've shit talked you before, and they just talked to me, I guarantee you they would change their tone about me 100%. Because I am just not this. I don't know why these people pull this like weird like hatred for me out of their ass, because it literally comes out of left field. It's like, well, one time, and then when you find out why they do it, and it's the most asinine fucking reason. Like, one time you said you didn't really like, all right, man. You guys know I'm into cars, right? I've been into cars since I was a fucking kid. It's a passion of mine. Now, I will say this, being a part of the car community, it is one of the most toxic communities in the fucking world. Like, I remember one time, like, anything car related on my channel seems to get the most hate. So whether it be Need for Speed or whatever, because of my interest in cars, like I could say, like, I remember Need for Speed, like from 2015 that I did. I remember I said, and these are my words, I'm not a fan of the Fox Body Mustang. That's what I said. I didn't like that generation. I owned a Fox Body. That was my first car, was a Fox Body Mustang. and I didn't like it. I
That
feel
was
like
your
it was.
first car?
Yeah, it was a fun, but don't get all fun and dandy and get all, that's an awesome car. No, it was a 2-liter, non-turbo. So 4-cylinder, HMS gutless. It was slow as shit. But I don't hold the Mustang, my car, to all Mustangs. I just didn't really like the Fox body at that time. And because I said I'm not a fan of it, I didn't say it sucks, I didn't say it's garbage, I said I'm not a fan of it. And this like whole group of Fox body fanboys came after me in like drones. And I'm just like, okay, I said it's not my interest. I have an M3, right? So I like my Euro cars a lot, hence why I bought the M3. You don't have to like the M3. You could say the M3 sucks. You better yet say the E92 M3 that I have. You could say it weighs more than the fucking moon, because it does weigh more than the fucking moon. It's a heavy car. I get that, but I'm not one who gets butthurt over someone saying something they don't like. Who fucking cares? I like the car. I've done what I want to do with my car. It's enough.
I have no fucking clue what you're talking about, but I agree with whatever you're saying.
Okay, well,
I know.
You
jack
get the
shit
principle. You don't have to get the specifics,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Quick question: how do you switch fires on keyboard? I'm suddenly in burst fire, and I don't know why.
I think it's Z or Z. I can't remember. I think it's Z.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It's not Z. Hold on. Fuck.
God, it's so weird saying Z. I sound like a really weird.
Why the fuck?
Oh, I stuck his ass. Woo! That's a double kill. One was stuck. That's sexy.
Oh, it's because I'm using hollow point round.
Oh, that makes more sense. You can't change them. Yeah, they turned it into an auto burst. There are some perks that let you turn burst on and off, though, so.
That's
like
why.
The
I was wondering why the fuck my guy kept
Moss.
Yeah, no, it's funny, Gwenlock, because that Let's Play, like that Need for Speed, that first video is my most viewed video on my channel. I think it's sitting at about 4.6 million on it or something. I don't know. But it's also probably not the most hated, but the amount of views and comments it has. Like, I remember too, I played Session. Do you guys remember Session? Like,
I do.
yeah, remember when it first came out? The controls were the most complex thing on the planet. Like, one stick was the one foot, the other stick was the other foot. So it was coming from someone who played Skate for years on end. It was the most difficult thing for me to figure out. And I know they've added legacy controls, which is more like Skate. So apparently the game is actually quite playable now. But at the time, and I was very careful with what I said when I played the game. I'm like, oh, right now this game is a bit off the mark for me. Like, the controls are so complicated and I can't figure it. I don't think this game is ready yet, because it was in like early access, right? And I'm like, it's early access, and I mentioned all these things very carefully, because I knew that if I've played a game in early access before, and for shitting on it a little bit, I got absolutely annihilated in the comments. And so I'm like, I'm not doing that again. And I'll be like, I know it's early access. I think they need to change it. Right now, it's a small playing field. I understand they don't have a lot to work with, but I think they need to work on this. I was giving constructive criticism, and that video has like so many dislikes just because I said negative things about it. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but if you don't say negative things about something, they're gonna give you a shit product, bro. You know what I mean? And guess what? People started being like, hey, this is really too difficult. It's not gonna catch on. Guess what they did? They put in the legacy controls. They had no intention of doing that when they first released it. Otherwise, they would have fucking done that from the start. You know? They tried to revolutionize the control and being like super realistic by putting each controller or each thumbstick was a foot on the skateboard. And I'm like, fuck, man, I can't figure this shit out. But because I'm the guy who couldn't figure it out, I'm an asshole. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but I speak for the masses here, bro. I love skateboarding games too, but that was complicated. That's what I mean. People are so sensitive about anything. It's like, just take it as constructed. It's not even yours. The devs don't need your help. You know what I mean? Like, they don't need their hand held. I didn't even shit talk them. I just said, like, I wish they'd done this. It falls a bit short in this build. That's the words I said. Falls a bit short. Not really on the right. It's not on the right track at the moment. That's what I said. Because I knew I was very careful not to say the wrong thing. And I still said the wrong thing. So I mean, fuck those people. You can't impress anybody. Oh, Gwenlock, that's funny too. I love when I get comments like that too. Like people will be like, do this, right? And they don't even look at when the video is uploaded. So like there could be a series from like 6 years ago. And they'll be like, oh, why you should do this in the next video. And I'm like, this ain't live, fam. Like, you know what I mean? And they'll continue to be like, I had one guy, like I remember I recorded a series. It was essentially finished. It was new. I think it had been out for about a week. It was a new game, but I'd already beat the game in like a couple of days. And I remember I posted back to back, right? And I'm like, this guy said in one video, he's like, in the next video, you should do this, like change this up. And I didn't see the comment right away, yeah? So then there were more comments from this person, and they're like, I told you in the last video, you have to change this up. You're not changing it. And he's like, change it up. And then the third video came out. Still didn't do what he said because it was already fucking recorded before he even saw the first video. And he's like, oh my god, you don't fucking listen to your chat. You don't listen to your fans. You don't, blah, blah, blah. We've been telling you to do this. And I'm like, you've been telling me to do that. And then finally, that's when I saw his comments. I'm like, bro, this has been done. The first video, this game has been beaten before the first video came out. I can't change it. Stop fucking crying like a little girl. Like,
honestly, I find it's entertaining to read the hate comments on your channel because 90% of them don't even know what they're talking about.
no, of course they don't. And the ones that do can make their point without being a spaz. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm less likely to take you seriously. And if you really wanted to get your point across, talk to me like an adult. I know even if you're not an adult, like you're on the younger side, try to be reasonable. Because I'm just not going to take you seriously. So if you're trying to tell me to change something, or you're trying to change my way of thinking, give me a good reason to change my way of thinking. Don't just shout at me and call me a jackass or like, or whatever they call you. In this case, or in that case, they call you sissy.
Fuck.
Alright. It's just like, give me a good fucking reason to change my mind. Because you could persuade me, but if you're going to come at me, like all stupid, I'm not going to change my mind. Because I'll be like, look at the people who think that way. They're just a bunch of fucking idiots. So, you see what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm totally fine with constructive criticism, but I find that people use, I'm going to insult the fuck out of them and call it constructive criticism. I've had people say, wow, he can't even, like I remember, I think some guy tweeted at me. So he took the time to not only leave, like it was on my Manhunt series. He took the time to leave the video and he went to my Twitter and he tweeted at me saying like, can you explain, and this was how he worded it, okay? He's like, can you explain to me why you're so bad at Manhunt? Like, as in, I'm supposed to know that I'm really terrible, or I don't meet up to this crazy standard he has. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Why are you shit talking me, bro? What are you trying to tell me? Like, I'm supposed to know that I'm bad and just be like, yeah, I'm bad, this is bad. I thought I did fine, because I got through the game just fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand that. If I was as bad as these people claim, I would not be able to beat any game on the easiest difficulty. But I do, right? I get through on, normal or hard, whatever I'm playing it on. And I'm just like, so you sought me out to ask me if I knew why I think I'm so bad at the game. And I'm like, dude, you're not helping me. He's like, oh, you can't even handle constructive criticism. Like, you didn't criticize me for anything. You didn't give me ways to improve. You didn't give me a suggestion on how to be better at it. You just asked me why I think I'm so bad at the game. Like, why are you so bad at the game? That's not constructive criticism. That's just fucking stupid. You sought me out. Woo, dang. And then you're like, oh, you're getting all upset about it. I'm like, dude, I'm not the one who sought someone out to ask them a stupid question like that. Like, thank you for the follow, Jeremy. And Riley. Appreciate it, guys.
I'm playing this one yet.
It's just hilarious, man. Like, that's why I stopped, like, giving a fuck. There's, like, a point where you just, like, it's so, you really look at it from a different perspective. I mean, I had a weak spot for a while where I wasn't able to take anything without getting upset over it, like, any comment. But it's so common now, and you realize where it comes from, that these people are literally the dumbest individuals. And you're just like, I feel so shitty. And sometimes I want to be like, bro, I know your hatred isn't directed at me. I'm just in the way right now. Do you need a hug? Like, I will be there for you.
You need a hug.
No, I've legit offered. I'm like, if you're going through it, I went super serious tone on some of these people. I'm like, man, if you're feeling down about anything, you can talk to us. It's a safe space, bro. And I've actually had some people turn their words around because I offered that, and I actually like spoke to them as a human. I'm like, people aren't treating you very nice in real life, so you're taking that shit out on me. I told them, I'd be like firm, like, that's not cool, bro, but I am here if you need someone to talk to. And I've had a couple people take the offer. Not many, but there have been some. Which is what we're all about here.
You should have your new YouTube banner just say free hugs.
Yeah. Damn it! I was trying to mount this thing. It wasn't letting me. That's stupid. You can't mount a railing. It's just you can only mount the cinder block or whatever.
Oh, that's good.
That sucks.
This isn't that bad of a map because I feel like it's a little bit too big.
Well,
what's favorite headset you've ever used?
Me?
Yeah.
Definitely the Rig 800s that I'm using now.
The what?
The Rig 800s that I'm using now.
Oh.
Plantronics. They're the lightest I've ever had. The Dolby Atmos that's in them is fucking dope. And mine are from, I think, 2017. I think I have the 2017 model, so there's an even newer one with even better, you know. Yeah, I remember that too, Leo. But here's the thing. I did do executions. I just didn't do all of them. Like, if you held the button longer, you could have done the more brutal executions.
Actually, I think that's...
How the fuck?
I've heard of the plan.
Yeah,
And
I thought it was common.
If I remember correctly, the
I thought it was
Plantronics
common
aren't
where
even
someone
expensive.
complained that you're playing the censored version. It's like, you realize that the uncensored is actually illegal in most places.
Wait, what?
The uncensored version of the
Manhunt 2?
Manhunt 2, yeah.
Yeah, well, the thing is, the censored version was only available on PC, and the PC copy was not available digitally because it was banned in a lot of places. The only way you could find it was from like almost nearly the dark web, and I wasn't willing to molest my computer just to get Manhunt 2, so I copped a copy on PS2, which was the heavily edited version. To be fair though, it wasn't as edited as people claim. I've seen way more violent shit in modern games than that is in Manhunt 2. You know what I mean? Like, even with the edited, you know what the difference was between the edited version and the non-edited version? There was a filter, like there was a tape filter, you know, like it was like kind of a grainy picture, like an old cassette tape, over the execution so you couldn't see them as well. You still knew what was happening. And the blood was outdated graphics. What was it? Like, when did that game come out? 2004, 5? No. When did that game come out?
I think it was like 2006.
It was weird because it was at the tail end of the PlayStation 2 life cycle. That's what I remember when that came out. So that makes sense, around 2005, 6-ish. And I remember I was just like, the graphics are not good enough to the point where they look real.
Like, oh, you're playing the censored version. And it's like, you realize the uncensored version is illegal in most places.
Well, it's not illegal here. It's just, it's hard to get. And I explained that. I explained that going in. I'm like, it's hard to get.
I told him if you watch the video, he clearly explained that he wasn't able to get the uncensored version.
I said that I tried to get it on PC in the uncensored version, but it was very difficult to find. I couldn't get it.
And then you were like, oh, well, I have a pirated version.
Yeah, I don't pirate games.
You're a dumbass. Why would you tell me that you had a pirated version?
Right. Damn it, Dan. That's true. That's a good point, Maffy. Last of Us 2, that game is fucking gruesome. That game, if that were like those standards, it wouldn't hold up. That's why I wish they kind of re-released or let Manhunt 2 be on PC. I think that would be... This guy's ringing around my Rosie and I killed him. Oh, that's gotta suck.
Rockstar could make a lot of money if they re-released the Manhunt game.
I think it would be a good idea, but I think most people didn't. The thing is, man, I didn't know Manhunt 2 came out until like into my YouTube, like when I was really like into like 2012, 13. I didn't even know it existed. That's how like under wraps that shit was kept. So I thought that was pretty crazy.
I
Oh,
think I saw like an article where they said they didn't want to really put it out there much because of all the violence, and you know they didn't want having parents, you know, try to sue them for endangering their children into that type of society. I think that's what I read on it.
it's funny though, man. I don't know why video games got held to a different standard than film. Because
Yeah, I know.
there have been R-rated films that have been immensely worse and more. And the thing is, they're not video games. Like, they have real people doing these, not real acts, but simulated to look like they're doing these acts. But that's totally fine. But, like, if you ask the Karens, like, would you take, like, even, like, back nowadays, everyone's letting their kids watch whatever. But back then, 90s, 2000s, you would not dream of taking your kid to an R-rated film. But you're okay with them playing an M-rated game. And then complaining about it. I don't understand. I don't understand where that comes from. Like,
and now people are trying to say like, oh, video games teach you to be violent and all that.
fuck
It's
off.
like,
That's like a boomer cop-out, man. That's a boomer cop-out to
Well,
not, like,
like-
address the real issues that are in the world, you know?
a film can do that way more than a video game does, because you have those scenes where people are taking apart the guns, putting them back together, showing them shooting the gun and all that crap. But that's not teaching anyone to be violent.
I think what they're doing, though, I think their argument is that they're watching someone do it, whereas a video game is you're the one doing it. I think that's how they argue, but I think it's the stupidest argument ever. It doesn't make any sense. Because quite frankly, bro, I've played countless, like, violent games. I have never once had the urge to go out and kill a motherfucker. Not once. Not once. I could care. I don't want. Why would I want to kill anybody? You know what I'm saying? And if there's a moment where I've wanted to beat the shit out of somebody, it has nothing to do with the game I played. You know, it has to do with them being a jackass on the road, like cutting you off or you know, nearly killing you. Like, that's the only time I've wanted to knock a motherfucker out. It had nothing to do with me playing UFC, you know, the week before. It's like, oh, now I gotta flex and stuff. Like, no, bro. Do I look like a fighter? No. I'm not gonna go out and start fighting people.
Your car vlogs were freaking hilarious, especially your road rage one.
I'd forgot about those, but the thing is, people are like, Dan, why don't you do them now? And I'm like, there's no need. Like, I mean, I don't have a need to vlog anymore. The reason I did those was because I felt like I wanted to discuss topics that I had to do in between running errands. I don't have to run as many errands anymore, because back then I still worked like a job alongside YouTube, so I had no time. I had to do so much shit, so I figured I might as well, you know, do something to address this while I can.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
You're coming out with vlogs, and
But really, bro?
oh yeah, I'll fucking fight people in self-defense, hands down, man.
People don't mess with me a lot because I'm very large. I'm
What's up, Jared?
6'3", 205 pounds, I believe.
Okay,
And so people don't really mess with me.
right.
And I never had like a problem where people like, it's natural for like people to want to pick on big people just to make themselves feel better about themselves.
Yeah, but you're only
And I don't-
15, bro. You're gonna be tall if you're 6'3" already.
Yep,
You're
6'3". What?
I was just saying, man, if you're only 15 and you're 6'3", you're probably gonna be like fucking 6'6", 6'7" at least.
I just turned 16 recently, so.
Oh right, 16. Sorry, yeah. But still, man, like I think men stop growing fully at 25. Like, I mean, by that point, it's such a small amount, but like, and they do most of their growing at like I was 5 foot. How tall was I? I think I was about 5'5", 5'6", 7" in there, right up till grade 12. I think in grade 12 I might have been about 5'8", 5'9", but I was like 5'5" through junior high, through the first few years of high school. And then once I graduated, guess what your boy did? He went to 6 foot. And I didn't lose weight, but my weight evenly distributed. So I went from a bit of a big chungus because I had baby fat, as they call it, and I filled my weight, and I actually went underweight. And I remember that. I was like, fuck, of course, after school, when no one gives a fuck anymore, you know? That's how it always works.
I'm like 5'6", I think.
But then I got pissy, because then I you know, my old job that I had, my physical job, it actually fucked my back up to the point where I got scoliosis. And I actually lost my 6 foot status, and I was so choked. Because what happens is you get a curvature of the spine, so naturally my natural body height like slunks down now. So I think I'm technically like 5'11" and a half or 3/4 or something. So it's like, why'd you do that to me? It's like, wow. I wish I had that. You know, I think a good all-around height to be is 6'1", because there's no discrimination whether or not you're at least 6 feet. You're 6'1", you know, and you're pushing the tall heights. You know what I mean? That's like a good all-around height where it's not like right after that it's gonna start to become inconvenient for a lot of tall people. Whereas like cars have to be big enough to support you, and you know you're gonna start ducking under doorways and shit, like, you know.
Yeah, I'm a very tall person.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, not many people. The average height for men is 5'9", I think. Actually, I think it's 5. It was 5'9". It might be 5'10" now. I can't remember. I think it went up.
I'm 6'3". I think my shoe size is like 13.
Whoa.
What happened? I think my shoe size is like 13 or something like that.
It's funny. Whenever height and age comes up, it always opens like a can of worms in the chat. And everyone just reveals their height at what age. I remember I'll get people like, at 12 years old, I was 8 feet tall. Like, it's just like fucking funny. It's like you weren't.
People are very that I'm see, I told you. The taller you are, the more people want to fucking pick on you.
To be fair, oh shit, did I teammate kill? Oh, I'm sorry, man. I was killing the guy in front of you.
Let's go.
One thing I will say though, man, I've noticed the taller you are, I feel like you're gonna have a lot of short dudes come at you in your lifetime.
I know, right?
You
like,
will.
especially in like some fucking loser's gonna try and fucking beat my ass.
Well, it's a real phenomenon known as little man syndrome. You're aware of this. It's a proper thing. And I don't know what it is about these guys. They have to prove that they can compete with the big boys, and I don't know why that people give a shit. I've seen some of the shortest guys are the most intense fighters. Like, you know what I mean? Like when you think of like UFC, do you know you'd be in the like the heavyweight class, and not only that, you'd be on the tall end. The average fighter is like 5'8", I think, in the UFC, or something like that. Like, look at McGregor. How tall is he? Like 5'6"?
5'6",
5'7". He's a short chap. There's a few guys who are about your height, but very few. Most of them are like sub 6 feet, 100%. Like, that's what I mean. I don't understand why these little guys have to be like, look, man, I'm gonna fuck you up. Why? Go back to Munchkin Land, bro. We don't want you here.
My pops
like,
was
what's your? He's like, me and my crew are gonna fuck you up. Oh yeah, what's your crew called? The Lollipop Guild. Well, shit. I don't want to fuck with the Lollipop Guild.
My pops was 6'6" before he had back surgery. Now he's 6'4".
Well, there you go. He's he's at the height where everybody would want that. I would love to be 6'4" because I could probably dunk. I can't dunk.
Yeah. I can't dunk because I'm too big. Like, I'm too fat.
Well, to be fair though, 6'3" is tall. It's still tough to dunk at 6'3". Like, there are a lot of point guards in the NBA who are 6'3" and they can't dunk. So don't even take that personally. But if you get taller, and you'll be probably able to dunk. It's all in leg strength though. I've seen like 5'7" guys dunk, but they have mad hop.
I think if I weighed a little less and was more flexible, I think I could dunk.
Probably, but you really got to work on your legs. Like you need leg strength. Like I said, height doesn't really have anything to do with it. there have been short dunkers in the NBA, and those guys are crazy. Like Spud Webb, 5'7", I think he was, and he could dunk. He won the dunk contest in like '88 or '86 or whatever it was. Fucking nuts.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, I'm sitting here. Like, and I can, like, I don't know how I can maybe get like 2 feet off the ground, 3 feet. I don't know.
Say hit hard. Good. We will remember.
Yeah, I'm a tall chap. I'm a tall chap. I
Oh
think.
man, everyone just walked into him, didn't they?
I think it's because, well, my mom is tall for being a woman too. She's like 5'8", 5'9".
Yeah.
My mom's a tall woman.
My mom is 5'8" as well. No, yeah, she's 5'8". She's tall too for a woman. My dad is 5'10", I think.
Yeah.
I'm the tallest out of all my brothers. I'm the tallest in my immediate family.
Yeah.
But I thought based on how tall I was in my teens, like late teens, I thought I was gonna get like up to like maybe 6'2", because I was passing everybody, and I'm like, and then I just stopped. And I'm like, bruh.
My pops was ginormous because my pops is 40 or no, he's 55. No, he's 45. He's 40. No, I don't know. He's somewhere. He's old. And
45 is old, bruh.
well, he thinks he's old. He went in so much sports. He's broken. I'm not even joking. He's broken every bone in his body, and that's not even a joke.
Hmm.
There was one time where he broke his nose during football, and he stuck a pencil up his nose and broke the fucking pencil in his nose to fix his.
The problem with broken noses, you can get that corrected like on the fly. Like if you're tough enough, you can grab your nose and just realign it. But it doesn't matter how. Once you break your nose is never the same. It never looks the same. It will be crooked in some manner. Even if you did it in the hospital, it would still be crooked as shit.
My dad's fingers are all sorts of fucked up. His pinky, his right and left pinky, can reach all the way down to his wrist if he bends it.
Oh yeah.
He's
That's
all
not
sorts
right.
of yeah.
Something's all fucking in there.
He can't afford like a $6,000 surgery to get his fucking finger fixed.
Hmm.
So he's just chilling with fucking wacky inflatable tube-man fingers.
Yeah.
It's cool though. But yeah, I don't know. I'll be fine if I stay 6'3", but if I get any taller, that's sick.
Dude, you will get taller. You're only 16, 100%. You know the thing is, man, guys do all their growing at most they're growing at like 17, 18 to 20. That's when guys really shoot up to their full potential. So like when I said, I became full 6 feet at 18, and I never really budged from there until, like I said, I fucked my back up. But like I said, you got a few years, man. I could see probably 6'5", 6'6" in you if you're already 6'3".
I have to fucking watch out for airplanes.
Yeah, exactly. Just duck your head a little bit. That's the thing, man. See, that's what I mean. This society is not built for tall people. Like I can only imagine in airplanes, you have to pay extra. You're gonna have to pay extra for the legroom, because you're gonna be so uncomfortable.
I'm 100%. If I can afford it, I'm 100% getting first class. Because there's no fucking way.
Shit's
I'm
expensive.
You're right. I can barely fit in that shit now.
Yeah, well, no, like most people can't.
Be advised, UAV is being overviewed. Missile away.
Like I'm a big guy, and it hurt. And it's the thing with being a big guy and before, fucking little people, like people like 5'9" to like 5'6", just want to fuck with you all the time.
I wouldn't say people 5'9" would fuck with you. That's even though that's an average height. I'd say it's guys from 5 feet to like 5'6". Those are considered short, but they're not even short, man. Like, I mean, 5 foot, yeah, that's really short.
I think that I'm a little bit discriminatory because they're short to me.
You, compared to you, yeah, they're like a foot tall. You're a foot taller than them.
Yeah.
Like someone who's 5'3", bro, you can just fucking. They're at like dick level, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. And
It's straight up.
And I can't say that big feet does mean a big dick. So.
I mean, here's the thing: if a shorter chap wants to look taller, get a little person as a significant other. There, you'll be fucking Shaq comparatively.
Yeah, I know.
Because what are they on average? They're about 4'6", 4'7".
Something like that.
Something like that?
Honestly, I don't know the height. I don't know the average height of a woman. I would assume like 4'5", 4'6", maybe.
For what, sorry?
I'm assuming like a women are probably like 5'6", like 5 feet, probably.
The average height for a woman is like 5 feet to 5'4", I think. And as soon as you go from 5'5" and up, you're considered taller. But I don't think that's the case anymore. That was, I think, in the 90s. I think average height for women is now pushed to like 5'7". You know what I mean? Like, I feel like people are getting taller as a society. Because I honestly, like, it's just like how girls, like, for example, girls are getting their first period, like, younger and younger and younger. It's the same thing. It's like everybody's aging faster, you know? I feel like it's the hormones that are in all the food that we're given. I really do feel like that's what's the case.
Here's the thing. I have very large feet. I have like size 13 feet. I think the average male is like 9 or 10. I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, the average male is probably about 8, I think.
Yeah, and I have size 13 feet, and buying shoes is such a pain in the rectum.
It shouldn't be, because size 13 is at the end of like the regular shoe sizes before you got to start getting into custom.
Yeah, well,
they're more expensive though. That's what I found. I've seen size 13s.
If you want a nice shoe, what nice shoe brand is gonna have size 13 fucking
Jordans?
Oh, I'll build Jordans.
Get some Jordans, bro. That's honestly, there's always a size 13 on display whenever you're looking for Jordans. Every single time.
Jordan, well, that's because Jordan faced some monster fucking men when he played.
Well, he's just, people in basketball are usually taller, so I think that's the general consensus that 13 is an average size. I'm a size 11 though, so the thing is, if I were taller and I had a bit more, I'd say, muscle, I wouldn't look as silly. But that's why I try to find shoes that aren't clowny, because my feet are quite big. Like, I mean, they're not as big as yours, but like I said, I'm shorter than you, so it's like, you know what I mean? Like I can't, you know those Converses that are just flat, those flat Converses? I can't wear those because they literally look like clown shoes compared to my body. It's difficult to find shoes because I don't want anything too big. I hate the look of a massive shoe on me because my body isn't like, I've been working out a lot lately, so I've been trying to slim down and bulk up, and it's like a slow change, but it is happening. So I'm hoping that the arms and legs will get bigger and it'll be a little more average. But like when I was super thin, man, and I had these huge feet, it was like, it looked so dumb. Like, I'll like look at it, you know, like you stand in a mirror and you do that full profile and you're like, my feet, seriously, like, these things are just ridiculous.
What size shoes are you?
11.
11.
Yeah. I mean, I can some shoes fit small or fit big, sorry, so sometimes I'm 10.5, but 9 times out of 10 I'm 11.
Yeah, I'm very
I don't want to be any bigger than 11. I couldn't imagine that. I'm good.
I'm like, I think I look at my shoes and they're size 12, so I'm a size 12, by the way. I just definitely lied to you. But even then, I feel like it's so hard to find. It's like weird because you have to like go to like a certain section and like they're more expensive because it's just weird.
Oh shit. The one thing is, though, I do like the shoe size I am to a degree, because the most common shoe size, I think, is like I said, like an 8 or a 9 for men. Yeah. So if you're in there, you're not gonna have enough, like all the, if you're like, oh, I want the shoe, like, can you imagine? Like, I'm a size 8, it's all gone, bro. Just like, the thing is, though, I'm also a size medium when it comes to like t-shirts and shit. So that's the most common size there too. So mediums are the most likely ones to come out, like be out, and it's just like, well, balls. You know, I used to be a small back in the day.
Oh.
But then I accepted the fact that I have a broad shoulders and it just looks stupid when I wear smalls. Because I used to be like super skinny. It was funny. I was cleaning out my closet the other day, you know, for the move. And I'm looking at these old shirts. I'm like, I'm going to throw this one on. Because I used to go at 18 when I was going to the bar. I remember this was my go-to like club shirt. And I threw it on and that sumbitch was not working anymore. It was just like, well, all right.
One thing I fucking hate about being tall is when people say, oh, you're so tall. Yes, I'm aware I'm fucking tall. I was at a July 4th party, and literally everyone was like, "You're so tall. You should play football. You should be on like the offensive line or a defensive tackle, or a running back or some shit." And I was like, "I'm good. I'm good. I'm really good. I
The thing
just
is,
want to
man,
be."
no offense. I'm not like, no offense to you or anything. Like, I don't think 6'3" is, it's tall, yes, but I don't think it's worth saying, man, you're tall. Because
Yeah,
I used to work with a dude, like I used to work with a dude who was 6'9". He was fucking tall because I'm craning my goddamn neck to look at him. He was super thin too. We weighed like nearly the same. I think he was like, I'm about 180 pounds. He was like 190. And he had like 9+ inches on me or whatever he was. I think he was closer to 6'10". He did the round down, which most people round up. And I'm just like, we weigh like 10 pounds apart. You should at least weigh like 225 or something, bro. Why are you so skinny? Like, that was insane. Like, I remember just looking, I'm like, you are a tall gentleman. Like, I'm sure you get that. He's like, yeah, but I like it. I'm like, okay, fair enough. It was great, though. It was so good working with him because I worked with him at, like the furniture place. So it was perfect because you just throw his ass on the bottom and he would be level. Because he was so tall, you'd be carrying, like, a dresser up a stairs at level, like, instead of tilted. It was awesome. You're just like, bro, you're going on the base. And he loved being at the base because you could just, you know, carry a dresser flat. And there would be less strain on you and your legs and your back and all that. So it had its perks.
It kicked me out. What the hell? That's bullshit.
It kicked you out?
Yeah, it's game.
You sure? Oh, yeah, it did.
Sorry,
man, I didn't know.
But yeah, I'm not saying. I'm not fucking ginormous, but but like short people, because short people always tell me I'm tall, and I don't like that because I'm aware that I'm aware that I'm not. I'm a taller individual, but I don't need to be told that I'm tall. Please stop it. I don't know. Maybe it's a weird thing to get annoyed about, but I don't like it when people
try and
say
look at
that
it this
I'm
way,
tall.
man. There are men out there who would just die for that height. So just try and look at it from that perspective. They're saying you're tall because it's quite frankly emulates a height they would want to be. I don't really get I understand why some people want to be taller, but I don't think it needs to be like the epitome of manliness. Like, think of all the movie stars in Hollywood. Like Brad Pitt, dude is like fucking 5'7" or something.
Isn't Tom Cruise like 5'?
Cruise is like 5'5", man. He is short as shit. Literally, like, and the thing is, a lot of these big actors have to be thrown up on boxes when they're like appearing next to their female co-stars. One of the tallest, like, like super famous actors in Hollywood is George Clooney. He sits at 6 foot.
Really?
Yes, he's 6 foot, and that's like Shaq compared to the rest of these big. Brad Pitt's 6'1". Are you sure? I thought he was like shorter. Maybe maybe I was thinking of Tom Cruise then. I might have been thinking of Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is short.
Be advised, UAV is bingo fuel. RTB for resupply.
But yeah, I mean, oh shit, you scared the fuck out of me, teammate.
Jaden, that is like the best April Fool's prank ever. I mean, it's not, but it's funny. You know what I mean? I would laugh. What's up, Connor?
Like you said, I'll probably grow some more. I don't know if I will, but even if I didn't, I'm perfectly fine with the height that I am currently.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say, like, even if you didn't grow, you're like if you didn't get any taller than 6'3", you're at functioning tall. So, like, you're considered tall to everyone around you. But your life doesn't really change. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, you could still fit in, like, you know, certain areas. Like in an airplane, it might be a little bit of a stretch, but you know what I'm saying?
I don't want to get too tall because then I won't be able to go on the roller coasters because I'm afraid I'm gonna get like decapitated or some bullshit.
Yeah, I think when it comes to fighter pilots, like in the Air Force, the average height is actually 5'9" for those guys. Because there's like a point where you either lose your legs or you lose your head. If you're too short, if you're too tall, you lose your legs. If you're too short, you lose your head. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes.
You lose my legs and my head.
Like when you ejectocito, you know what I mean? Apparently, if you're too tall, you will like lose your fucking legs because of where it is. The force of it, you have to clear it. So I think if you're like 5'11" and up, you can't be a fighter pilot or something like that. I don't know. Someone might have to correct me on that.
Well,
Wow,
I'm not
that
interested.
was terrible. Me neither. I mean, it's cool, but I ain't no Maverick. Which is funny that I say that. Well, no, it makes sense because Tom Cruise played, in Top Gun, so he's perfect. He's short, motherfucker, so he needed to be short. Makes sense. It's realistic. Yeah, match being 7 feet. Well, shit. I think of the tallest guy in the NBA right now. In the NBA right now is Bogdan Bogdanovic. I think is how you say his name. He's 7'4", I think. He can do a few things that men can do in the standing dunk. So you actually just reach your hand up and you dunk. Bogdan was actually in. I remember when I saw him in John Wick 3, and he fought John Wick. I'm like, it's fucking Bogdan. He's so huge, like this massive dude.
I didn't like the John Wick movies. Just saying.
But how likely do you think it'll be that I grow up?
Very likely.
Oh shit.
Dude, you're only 16, bro. Men, like I said, men don't grow fully. Men shoot up at around 18, 19. That's like when they get their full height. And you usually don't get much taller than where you are at that age. But you technically do still grow, and by growing, I mean like a millimeter every year, maybe. Up till 25. Yeah. So I'm as tall as I'm gonna get. And I'm okay with it. I'm a good height, I think.
Well, if you're ever...
I just watched you smoke that cigar. That was dope. I'm like, you fucked him up.
Well, if you're ever in trouble, just call me and I'll be down there.
Okay. The thing is, man, it was funny. When I was treating my scoliosis, I don't know how bad it is now. I think I still have a slight curvature, but it's pretty minor because I went to, I had like physical therapy for it. That's how bad it was. I had another condition. I can't remember the name of it for the life of me. Scoliosis is just easy to remember, but it's where your your neck, the back of your neck, your bones, they're actually naturally C-curved. You know what I mean? Mine was a straight diagonal line. That's how my my bone was. So it didn't matter if I had a slight, like say I turned my head quickly, that could fuck it up for like 2 weeks. Say I slept on it funny, could fuck it up for a month. So I had to basically rework that C curve back into my neck. I can't remember what condition that was called. So we fixed that, and I only occasionally get pain in my back of my neck nowadays, but overall I'd say the therapy worked. But I remember going to like physical therapy or whatever, and they would literally strap your legs into like this thing, and then like literally stretch you the fuck out. Like I would become taller after seeing the chiropractor. I'm like, bring me back to 6 feet, bro. And I think we'd get me there. Like I'd be back up to 6 foot, but then over time it shrinks a bit again, because it's like not natural for it. I probably could, but you know what I mean? It's like, it's at that point where my body's just deteriorated so much. It's just like, yes, there's your heyday, 6 feet. There's your heyday. But your spine says no, bro. 5'11", 3/4 is your best bet, I think. It's close.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, whenever you play the new NBA games or WWE games, just put your height at 6 feet.
That's what I do. I round up because it's closer to 6 than it is 5'11". You know what I mean? Like, I am closer to 6 feet than I am 5'11".
Yeah.
And my girl's like 5'5" or 4 or something. 5'5", I think she is. So it works out.
Yeah. I don't like, and another thing about being a big guy is like when like little people like to pick on you, you're expected to fight them, right? And I don't like fighting.
Nobody does. That's such bullshit. It's only the little dudes who have that problem.
Yeah, I don't like. I just don't. I don't like fighting. I don't see the need for it. It doesn't solve anything.
No, it doesn't.
What,
there's all these guys trying to prove to themselves that they're actually like tough, and I don't get why there's men out there that think being tough is like being able to beat someone up. Like, I feel like the most important thing, and I feel like what women like, they don't want, no woman ever wants you to go out and start kicking the shit out of anybody. That's not attractive to a woman. In movies it might be, but it isn't in real life. All women want in real life from you is if shit hits the fan, you can protect them and the family. That's all they want from you. And if you're gonna go run under a table, that ain't gonna work. Like I said, man, if I'm walking on the street with my family, I'm always putting myself in the position to get hit by the car. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will be closest to the sidewalk. I'll be closest to the open parking lot. I will take the L so they don't have to. And that's all they want. So that they know they're looked after. You don't have to go out and beat the shit out of people to prove you're strong. Who gives a fuck? You need to be strong to lift the rubble. If, like, an earthquake happens or a tornado rips your house up, you gotta save your cat or save your child from the rubble. That's why you need strength, not to go punch people in the face. Lift that rubble. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Why does he keep shooting? This Joker kid is actively shooting at me.
That's Abdul.
Why the he's literally actively fucking shooting at me.
I've noticed he does team kill a lot.
My dad told me a story one time
about
how he was at a bar, and this little guy came up. He was like 5'6", and he was like messing, like slapping my dad in the back of the head, and trying to making fun of him and being just a dickhead. And my dad didn't do anything, and he was getting pissed that he couldn't get a reaction out of my dad. So he grabbed a fucking pool cue and broke it over my dad's back because he's a fucking moron.
At that point, I would be starting to swing. Like, I mean, there's only so much you can do.
My dad dragged him outside and beat the ever-living shit out of him.
I mean, if he's gonna push it, man, that would be my thing too. You're gonna keep pushing it, fine.
Like, I've seen like pictures from that. It was fucking bad. I've seen pictures from that day, and he beat the shit out of him. It was pretty bad.
Yeah. Yeah, people do love, like, boxing, MMA, martial arts. Yes, of course they do. However, a lot of it is our base instinct. Like, people like violence, people like drama, people like that shit. But my point is, if you're gonna use, like, I was just saying, there's no woman out there who would ever be like, I mean, there might be some, but the majority of women are just like, just protect us. That's all we want. And some women don't need protecting. Fine. Don't have to be protected. There you go. But at the same time, boxing is a gentleman's sport. Boxing, there's sportsmanship. There's usually mutual respect, regardless of if they actually dislike each other. There's still a respect there. You know, I feel like that's the same thing with MMA. You know? I mean, whenever there's like a heated argument, it makes it more interesting to watch because there's more fuel than two guys like, hey, he's my friend. We're going to have a good fight. Just like, you know, challenge each other. See who the better man is, and either way, no matter what happens, we're gonna come out on top still, you know, good friends. That happens a lot, but people don't like that as much. That's why those things are more mid-card fights. And then you get the dramatic fights where these guys are talking trash and all that. You know, I wouldn't doubt there's something in their contract that they make them talk trash to make it more interesting. The thing that people don't like to admit and they don't like to hear is that 90% of television is scripted. So it's funny that what do you call it? Like, WWE gets trashed on for being scripted. When how many TV shows do you know they have an essential script? And even like home shows, bro. Like, you know, home shows? Those are scripted too.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's life. Like, because nobody knows. That's why whenever you meet these people in real life, mind you, some people like Conor McGregor, I think, is an exception. I think that guy is just a loose fucking cannon everywhere you go. You know what I mean? I'm sure he appreciates his fans, but he's the kind of guy who'd be like, no, I'm good. You know what I mean?
He's kind of a dick.
Some people are dicks, but I'm just saying 90% of them are probably just told in their contract, like, hey, antagonize him, do this, and, you know, it's in your contract, you have to antagonize him, you have to stir it up, and they can end up really liking each other a lot, right? And then, but they do it for the show because they're supposed to. Better rating.
The more and more I hear the conversations that we have, the more and more I realize that how right you are, that it sounds like a podcast.
Dan, come on, bro, you could have got 3 kills there.
Like, it sounds so much like a podcast, kind of ridiculous. Like, we just ramble on about shit, whatever comes to our mind.
Right. Well, Ryder, I gotta disagree that wrestling isn't real. That's a very loose term. I think wrestling is real to the point where they are throwing each other around. They're doing an open palm hit, which is not a closed fist. That is the weakest shit. drawing blood is real, but it's usually done intentionally on their own. So it's usually real blood, but I think blading is illegal now. They don't do it. They can't. They banned it from all. So they usually use blood packets or things like that. So there's emphasis that stuff is exaggerated. But back in the day, when you saw a guy bleeding, it's because he took a razor blade out and cut his forehead. Because there's a safe place to cut yourself that shows a lot of blood and it won't like kill you. But at the same time, like these guys are taking slams. They're you know, obviously they're protecting themselves. But yes, everything is scripted about wrestling, 100%. Like this is basically what they say. They're like, here, you have a 20-minute match. It's a big pay-per-view match. You have a 20-minute match. This is the winner. This person's gonna win. At this point, someone might come out. They'll tell them all about. There might be an interference. At some point, it's all up to your discretion what you want to do, but they basically run through them, the moves, they choreograph it, they practice it together, they go over it a bunch of times, and they until they get the routine right. And a lot of it is improv on the fly, like, hey, I'm going to be doing this, I'm going to throw him, and he's got to go with it. So it's impressive that these wrestlers are acting and having to, like, adjust to this choreographed material on the fly. That's what is impressive about it. Not so much that you're not actually just going one-on-one and it's just like no one knows what's happening. So yes, wrestling is fake and choreographed, but it's still, you gotta look at the art from a different perspective. I dropped my weapon. I don't know where it is. So I guess I'm using this guy's weapon. Of course I got a long shot with a weapon I don't need.
If we had a podcast, what do you think it would be called?
I don't know.
Chat,
Everyone's doing a podcast right now, so I'm not really concerned.
Come up with a podcast name, chat. See what it is. I'm not creative enough, and I think the beautiful people in our community are way more creative than I am.
Enemy personal radar in the air.
Oopsie.
Oh, shit.
Ah.
Holy shit.
Well, sure, Leo. Like I said, there were some exceptions, but I said like most of people.
Reloading.
I'm even stronger now.
Come on.
Well, anything live is tougher to do. Anything live is you may have to go and improvise. But
You fucking bastard. Who is this? Who the fuck is this that's chilling by me? Abdul, I don't know how I feel about this whole thing we got going on.
Halfway there, step it up.
I'm even.
yeah, I think his reaction is like he sees somebody just open fire.
Yeah.
Guys, if you're joining us now, don't forget to leave a like on the stream. It does help out immensely.
I forgot to do that. I should probably do that.
Yeah, you should.
You better.
Well, I'm just going off of what Walrus is telling me.
What do you mean?
Oh, Abdul's saying he wasn't shooting you.
Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy personal radar in the air.
He's saying that he's getting in my way, and then he's also actively fucking shooting at me.
I've been shot a few times by him in a few matches. It happens though. I don't know. It's hard.
I've shot you a few times in the butthole.
Yeah, I've shot you too.
I
my God,
surprisingly not tried any of you yet. Are you kidding me? I didn't even get
I knew I heard
a
somebody. I didn't know where they were from. What's up, Jesse? What's up, Aggressive? How you doing?
Oh, Jesse.
I don't play Injustice anymore, bro, so I'd probably get my ass rocked.
Honestly, Injustice wasn't really that good of a game.
I liked it.
I mean,
I thought 1 was better than 2, but
UAV overhead.
it was cool for the story was cool, but everything else it just wasn't really that interesting for me. Especially the second one.
Ah!
Kind of pretty garbage.
We're getting our asses kicked.
Are we? And I'm doing decent. Oh, how did I was looking at the fucking menu, bro. That sucks. Oh well.
That happened to good people.
Oh my god, dude.
Even stronger though.
Ah. Shit.
You son of a bitch. Gosh. Gosh dang.
I'll keep right.
Ah! Oh, I tried to get away. That sucked.
Enemy at the Palace Dome.
Ah.
Oh,
Got
shit,
wrecked.
yeah.
Or
That
a
shit.
On night, lads. Clean yourselves up.
Wipe yourselves off.
We've only
Just like the fact that you can't see how many deaths you have until the very end of the game.
How much longer are you streaming for, Dan?
Probably about 45 minutes.
Can you still hear my shitty chair?
Yeah.
Son of a bit. Hey Dan, if you ever do a giveaway for a chair, I'll make sure to sign up. Because I'm the new
Aw.
fool.
I gotta. Oh man, there's an update for the game. They made me install an update. Are you shitting me?
Really?
It said quit to launcher. It better not be big, or I'll be fucking mad. Let's see. I'll let you know. Hang tight. Hold on. Oh,
If
it's like.
it's-
Oh, dude, it's literally like 100 megabytes. We're good.
We should do a gun game.
You
Ow.
can game fun. I love that game. The only thing is, though, is that right now it's realism, which realism is kind of.
I like realism gun game. It makes it more intense.
I like it, but at the same time, I like knowing whether I killed someone.
You are now the party leader.
All right, blah,
Got
blah, blah.
promoted.
You're about to get demoted.
Wait, why am I switching for a match? Stop.
I don't know what they do. I'm sure it's minor bug fixes, maybe like a playlist update. I don't know. Could be a bunch of shit.
I heard what you had. Hibbity hoopla.
All right. Team supporter pack. That's probably what they did, was add new shit for you to buy from the store. That seems pretty right, doesn't it?
That's such a waste. What a waste of fucking time.
All right, who's coming in? Invite to Perte. Invite to Perte.
You cashed in all my promises.
That was quick.
I'm even stronger now.
Alright, I gotta use the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Actually, you know what?
You're
That'd be
good.
good.
You even stronger now. You can't do this. You don't want to chance. I'm even stronger now. You're even stronger now. You cashed in on the promise.
Alright, I am back. Sorry about that.
I'm back.
Did I finish Disintegration? No, Carlos, I did not. In hindsight, I wish I never even played Disintegration.
You didn't like it?
Well, I got to a point where I hit a difficulty, like a wall. Like a difficulty spike. And the end of this level, the whole level was pissing me off. Because they're like, your health goes down so fast in that game. And you need upgrades. You need to do challenges and shit to get the upgrades you need to get better health and stuff. Because your shit drops. And so do your teammates. Like, the squad you're commanding, they die fast as shit. Now, where I left off, there was these massive... I can't remember what they're called. It's been a while. But they're the biggest enemies in the game. And on a good day, they take a lot of... Like, they're fine to kill with your group. I can knock one down. It was fairly fast. But what they did was they spawned... 2 of them in the same area. So one wouldn't spawn until you went over there. So I figured, you know what, we'll deal with one and then I'll get the one over there. So like it took me a few tries to figure it out. But while you're trying to kill each one, there's a plethora of other mini enemies that keep coming in, and there's other grav cycle enemies that are on an infinite spawn loop. So when you kill them, you have a small amount of window to attack this main guy, whose shield will recharge if you're not fast enough, to kill this main big bot or whatever it was, before he respawns. The problem is, by that point, you've picked up all the health pickups, and no one else is there to heal you. You have nothing in this particular mission that will heal you. And essentially, you're hanging on by a thread the entire time trying to kill this big guy. But then these fucking enemy grav cycles keep infinite spawning. So you're never given a chance to heal. And then the save point is at the beginning of the entire fight. Like, it took me like 30 minutes to get to the... Even close to taking out the second guy. I was so close and I died. Restarted all the way from the beginning of the encounter, which was like the final thing. And I'm like, there's no save. So after you kill one of those, there's no save. You have to do it all over. So I was doing it for like, I don't know how long. It took me about 2 hours, and I had 2 hours of bullshit. Nothing. And I was at the same spot. I just kept dying, and I'm like, this is fucking hard. And then by then, I think Last of Us came out, because I played that game before Last of Us came out. And I'm like, I just haven't had the time to go back to it. And at this point, remembering where I left off, and it makes me really frustrated. I don't even give a shit about finishing it. You know what I mean? It's at that point. But I don't like starting games and not finishing them. I'd rather just not start them to begin with. Because I don't want to get like that, you know, be known for the guy who just doesn't finish games. So.
So you're just gonna stop the playthrough then?
Most likely. I don't think people find it boring, to be honest. Not many people watch that one.
I hadn't even ever heard the game.
Me neither, but you know, things get like brought up kind of over time. What's up, Orangutan?
One thing that sucks about video games is that there's like millions of video games that come out, but only like a handful of them are actually
I sneezed.
that people actually play.
I mean, you're not wrong. There's a lot of games, like especially all the indie development now. There's tons of games that get released every day just about. And you're like, how do you keep up with all this shit? And how are you supposed to know this game is decent and this one isn't? Because even reviews are inflated. Like, people pay, like an IGN 10 out of 10 is usually a deal worked out with the developer, the publisher of the game, and they give it a 10 out of 10 to boost sales. You can't trust these motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's what happened with Death Stranding, which, by the way, that was a terrible game in my opinion.
I don't think it was terrible. I thought the gameplay could have used a lot of work. I thought the story was really unique and very Kojima. I liked the story, but I didn't like the grinding. I eventually learned to kind of enjoy it, but it still was not something I wanted to go back and play. Like, even though there's replay value, I had no feeling to go back and do it again.
Yeah, the story was good. It's just the gameplay is what really kind of ruined it.
Right.
For a lot of people, I've noticed.
Well, I remember no one knew what the fuck the game was about. Like, for a long time, like, what is this game about? And no one knew what you were doing in it. You know, it was very confusing. That's a long shot, if I can nail him. Oh, I did get him! 87-meter long shot. Holy fuck. Yeet. Through the smoke, too. That's a sick kill.
But yeah, the reason why I really wanted to play the game was because of Norman Reedus. Because I freaking love that dude.
Yeah, I like Norman Reedus, too. He's a very down-to-earth guy, and I feel like he's untraditionally, like, you know, liked. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't meet the traditional requirements for an actor. You know what I mean? Like, he's at first glance, you're like, he doesn't seem like a big Hollywood actor, but he's really good for that reason, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Just his appearance and style is super unconventional, and you gotta love that.
Yeah, he does act in kind of on his own
terms, and how like he is. Oh shit, that sucks. What's up, Jared? What's up, Sean?
Like,
oh, I was talking about Disintegration, Bill.
And Brad Pitt are like the same actor. They just have like their own kind of little thing that they're known for. And then you have Norman Reedus, who is like, he does his own thing. He doesn't do acting like everyone else does.
Survival Instincts was okay. Survival Instincts was okay.
That took way too long to get that kill, but whatever. Fuck. Damn it. That's true, Iron. I agree with that. Keanu Reeves is definitely a very down-to-earth actor. Like, what is that? People ask him straight up. He's like, how is it with all your success and everything? How do you stay so down-to-earth? And he answers like, well, gravity. Like, come on, man. I love that.
It's actually the most brilliant answer.
Do you know how devastated people would be if they ended up discovering that Keanu Reeves was like a part of the, like, pulled like a Harvey Weinstein? Can you imagine? I mean, he would never do that. That's just not that's not the kind of person he is. But can you imagine if it happened? Like, and how upset people would be? It's like the betrayal, you know?
I forgot what he did. I can't remember.
Weinstein?
Yeah.
He raped a lot of people.
Yeah. I knew that. I knew it had something to do with
Honestly, I don't really even like Keanu Reeves all that much.
I do. I think he's fantastic.
I mean, some of the movies I've seen him play in, he's alright, but he's just not my type of actor.
Fair enough.
Like the
Oh!
Okay, what were they playing? You were just talking about the movie.
Good point, Iron. What's up, Alex? No worries, man. Show up whenever you can, bro.
Like the 3 movie series that he just did like a couple years ago. I can't remember what it's called, but that movie I don't really care for. The
Oh, John Wick.
What? Oh.
Keanu Reeves is such a dad.
He's a dad.
Well, he acts like such a dad.
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
Enemy cluster strike incoming. Take cover.
God, now I'm gonna sit here for frickin' ever trying to think of the movie that Keanu Reeves played in.
It wasn't John Wick.
He played John Wick, yeah.
Yeah.
Those 3 movies, I couldn't care about those movies. I did not like them at all.
I love them.
The plot of the first John Wick movie was stupid.
No, I disagree. I liked the first one. I thought the second one was the best of the lot, though.
Well, he did all of that killing and did all of that shit because they killed his dog.
No, it was more than that, bro.
Well, I know it was a dog that his wife gave him, but I don't understand why he.
Well, it became so much more than that. That was just the catalyst, right? That was the catalyst that really drew him back into the game, and he realized, as you know, he couldn't ever leave. Like he thought he tried to, but even then, I love that. I think that's fantastic that he went after a bunch of fucking assholes for killing his dog. That his dead wife gave him as a gift. Go fucking kill him, bro.
I might have to rewatch the John Wick movies. Well, whenever I first watched them, I just couldn't get into it. I thought it was kind of slow and boring, and I didn't really understand, you know, the entire point of it.
Yeah, exactly. Killed his dog and stole his car. That's enough for me to go on a killing spree.
Wait, so your headphones, they're wireless, aren't they?
Yes.
They're the Rig 800 XLs, aren't they?
HD. I think the Rig 800 XLs are like a new model that came out like within the last year.
Cashed in all my promises. Burp.
Piccadilly, huh?
Piccadilly.
Hey, Master. Well, I don't do Facebook anymore because Facebook's garbage.
God, his ass.
Long story
Yeah, I'm
short.
wondering why you haven't streaming on Facebook anymore.
Well, because they betrayed everybody. They broke contracts 6 months early. So, and they did it. So, there was a bunch of reasons why, but they had no idea what they were doing. Let me just put it that way. They don't know anything about streaming. They don't know how it works. They don't know the kind of advertising you need to do. I saw that based on how many people they hired for like 1-day contracts, and I'm like, why the fuck is fucking what's his name? Oh my god. He's a rapper. I can't think of his name right now. Oh man. Ah, that's gonna bug me. He's quite tall. He's got dreads. He's got. Oh fuck! What's his name?
69?
No. I don't think that guy's tall. Not Lil Wayne. I said quite tall. Lil Wayne's 5'3". No, what's his fucking name? He's got a funny name. Oh my god, that's driving me nuts.
I know, I'm just thinking of
No, it's not one. It's not a mumble rapper. He's been around since like 2010, I think, was when he made his debut.
No.
What the fuck is his name?
You know what it starts with?
I don't. I'm trying to picture it in my head. It's. Oh my god, what is it?
I don't know that many rappers, to be honest.
Fuck, that's gonna bug me. It's a stupid name. It's like. Oh my god, why can't I remember it? Waka, thank you. Waka Flocka Flame. That's it. Him. Waka Flocka Flame. Thank you very much, Iron. Yes. They signed him for a 1-day stream. Now, I don't care. Like, he's pretty popular, right? That would have had to have cost at least $1 million or something stupid. 500 grand just to sign him for a day. You know what I mean? And they hired all of these fucking, like, rappers and things to try and... They hired celebrities to promote a gaming channel. You dumb fucks. You know? You gotta promote gamers. Like, well-known streamers and shit. Get them on. Don't sign... It just goes to show how out of touch they were. Like, we were all backseated, and I shit you not... not all of us, but like I think it was about 75% of the creators on the program were backseated so they could sign Ronda Rousey. Hand on heart, I mean that. That's exactly what happened. And I'm like, wow. She doesn't fucking need the money. I mean, she donated, I think, half of it to charity, but she still got a signing bonus, bro. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I never really cared for Facebook because it's just not a gaming live stream platform, and especially now with Mixer shutting down and they're doing all the contract over to Facebook. It's just
it's not the right platform. The thing is, the biggest complaint I will have about Facebook, it's so unreliable because it doesn't know the like essentially Facebook was getting mad at creators because we were working against their own algorithm. They were wondering why sometimes we would be doing really, really well and sometimes our streams would go to nobody. It's because your algorithm is based on a pay, like an advertising basis. So you pay to get boost. And you guys wouldn't even put us in that, like as if we paid to boost. I remember for a while, we got huge reach. Like I would get like thousands of people sometimes. But it was because Facebook was running like a promotion where they would boost us, you know. I'm like, that's the only way you're getting reach. Because when you're #1 creator who has like almost 2 million, if not 2 million followers, is only averaging 1,000 people watching, something is wrong. You know what I'm saying?
I'd be careful with the.
I think what Mixer really screwed up on is handing all the partner crap over to Facebook. They should have done something with Twitch or YouTube, and it would have been 10 times better.
Got your bitch ass.
Friendly UAV online.
The thing about like Mixer, what Mixer did wrong. They wanted to be too. What's the term? Mixer wanted to be. I don't even know how to explain Mixer. They didn't want to be corporate. They wanted to be the smaller streamer on purpose, streaming side on purpose, because they felt they could be closer with all their partners. Brilliant concept. When it comes to business, it ain't gonna cut it. Unfortunately, any large business needs to have that corporate mentality to a degree to stay afloat. And look what happened to Mixer. They shut down. Like Mixer was backed by Microsoft, meaning they had the money, they had the resources to put it forward, but they wanted it to be a very welcoming community. But at the same time, it was also very difficult for them to make any reach with anybody. No one took Mixer seriously. Right? They understood their place. That's the thing. Mixer understood their place. So they knew that they weren't going to beat Twitch. So they're like, well, we talk to our community directly. Like, we have discussions. We involve them in decision making. You know what I mean? It's like, there's a lot more things going on with Mixer. But unfortunately, it wasn't enough to sustain it. Just even with Ninja moving over, Mixer couldn't stay afloat. And what did Facebook do? They took all of the Mixer partners and put them in their program. And wait until those Mixer guys realize how shitty that company is. You're not going to want to go back there. You're going to be like, yeah, I'm good. I'm going to try Twitch or YouTube or whatever. Right?
What I've noticed is that a lot of Mixer people are actually trying to move over to Twitch. But the only reason why they were on Mixer to begin with was because they were banned off Twitch.
Right. I remember too, I actually applied to be a Mixer partner, and I wasn't given the partnership. I can't remember why. I was really salty about it because this was when I came over from Facebook and I'm like, oh, let's try doing Twitch, Mixer, and YouTube, and we'll see which one makes the most sense. And I put Mixer on there because I heard great things. I had a bunch of friends who were Mixer partners, things like that. And I figured I'd give it a shot, and I applied for it. Number one, they don't let you choose your own account name. It's linked to your Microsoft, so whatever my Xbox Live gamertag is, that's my account name. So I had to change my gamertag to DQ8K because someone took my DQ8000 name like a long time ago, and the channel is dead. Yeah, so like that gamertag hasn't been in use since like 2012, and they still won't give it to me. So I'm like, okay, so whatever. So therefore, my Mixer name was DQ8K. And I'm like, fuck. I mean, it's okay, I guess, but it doesn't really. If I'm kind of starting a brand there, I don't want it to be something that no one knows. I want people to know it's me, you know. So, and then they ended up saying, yeah, you don't meet the requirements. I'm like, but I do. So I was pretty salty about that. I'm like, bullshit. Twitch gave me the partnership or whatever. They gave me the affiliate or whatever. I know it's not a full partnership, but Mixer wouldn't even give me that. So I was like, you know what, fuck you then.
Yeah, I feel like Twitch is always going to make the most sense for a streaming platform. YouTube just really won't be.
No, damn!
Doesn't really stick with me that well. I don't really care for YouTube streaming.
Yeah, I can notice most people don't, but at the same time, there's things about Twitch that I don't like either. I mean, the thing is, my following is on YouTube, right? And it's like, I remember when YouTube created, like, you know, YouTube Gaming. And I remember that was competing with Twitch, you know, decently. It still wasn't competing with Twitch, like, super closely, but... And then they got rid of it, so it's like, eh.
Yeah.
The thing is, I post all my shit here, so it makes it easier to have, like, say, do a live stream series, and then it saves as a VOD, so it's like, okay, now I've got a series here that I would have just done on Twitch, but I've got nothing on YouTube because I was spending my time on Twitch. Do you see what I mean? So it's like, now it'll save to YouTube and people can still watch it like a regular series. And this way I've been able to get way more games done. And I've been able, like, things I'd normally be like, I can't, there's no time. But now I can kind of incorporate it.
It'll save the VOD, and you can go and, you know, technically edit the VOD.
Yeah.
And there's actually a feature where you can transfer the VOD over to YouTube, which is actually pretty nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
You actually have
Yeah, you can download your VODs and edit them into like clips and shit. Upload them.
I miss clipping. I do miss the clip feature. I'm on Twitch, but sometimes I'll have my dashboard open and I want to clip that. It doesn't let me. But the thing is about Twitch is you can go in and scrub back to the area it happened and then create the clip at a specific point. It's really nice for that. Facebook never had that. And theirs would always fuck up. Mind you, their shit was easy. Like, their clipping feature was more accessible, I found. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. What's up, Jeff? How you doing, bro?
Jack?
Hey, Stephanie. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just still kind of figuring this out. It's almost like I was streaming on Facebook for like 2 years, right? And nobody knew. There were people who knew, but everyone like who was on my channel thought like I stopped posting to YouTube as much, and I did. But like I kept saying I'm over here streaming, and there were people who did know, and they just refused to use Facebook because people hate Facebook. And you know, there was like a ton of reasons for it. But there was people who's like, I didn't even know you streamed. I'm like, bro, I've been streaming for 2 years and I've been announcing it on YouTube and all over Twitter and Facebook saying that I'm going to be streaming at this time. Even now, people don't know I'm streaming. You know what I mean? It's like, nothing works.
I was kind of on the side where like I will not use Facebook to watch someone stream. But then I also started using it. I was like, okay, it's not that bad. It's not really like a normal thing. Well,
I mean, I don't blame people for it. I can't blame people for it. I understand why they didn't like it. But the thing is, there was a time where Facebook was like impressing me, and I'm like, they're actually trying here. They're actually giving us the tools to succeed, and they're actually doing something different. And I was a little skeptical at first, but then they provided us with, and things were looking good. And then all of a sudden, we became very unimportant. And they broke their end of the deal. Early, 6 months early. And I was pissed at that. I'm like, I'm meeting the criteria, and you just pull the plug. There should be a punishment on your end. What's the point of having a contract then? You know what I mean? Why have a contract? Stupid. What's up, Booze?
I don't really care for Facebook because they're kind of they sold a bunch of people's private information like a couple of years ago.
Yeah, but you know what's funny about that? Everyone thought Facebook was the only one to have done that. Literally every website you know has done that.
Yeah.
The difference between Facebook and other websites is they have no scruples, right? So it's like they will promote and sell it to like, I don't know, fucking anything. There's no filter, right? It's like, how can we make the max profits at all times? And that unfortunately got them in a bit of shit because they were selling data to like really bad sources, not just for advertising, but there's other things. And it's funny when people shit talk YouTube or shit talk Facebook about their streaming, and they're like, oh, I will never give YouTube my money, blah, blah, blah. I only do it on Twitch. Like, say, for example, the sub feature. Like, I've had people say, hey, I'll never ever, you know, become a sub on YouTube because I will not give YouTube my money. And I'm like, you make it seem like YouTube or Twitch doesn't do the shit that YouTube does. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how you must be kind of ignorant to it if you think that Twitch is like some, you know, fairy tale company that does everything right. I mean, it's a business and a big one at that. It's gonna do the same shit, if not worse shit at times. So.
Yeah, I'm not fully putting that on Facebook, you know, saying that they're only.
Behind you, Dan.
Thank you. Good call up.
No problem.
Well, like, I mean, everybody has had an experience with anything. It doesn't matter what website, where 1 minute, we've got this. You've got your cellular device hanging out very nearby, yes? And we're talking about whatever. And then all of us are going to get magical ads appearing on our phones of shit we've talked about 2 seconds ago. These things listen for keywords. Most of the time it's innocent and they sell it to marketers, but they don't actually, like, they don't care if you're watching porn. I don't know why people do that, why people think, oh, they're going to watch me through the webcam. Dude, no one cares. You know, they're after making money off you, right? So it's more so going to find out what your searches have been, things that it hears you talk about. Because if you talk about it, hey, they might be interested. Psh, push it, right? So that's how it works. I mean, that's every company, though. Every company, your phone is listening in. If everyone's going to get salty, why do they have phones then? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, I will not give my money to Twitch. Why do you give your money to Apple? Why do you give your money to Samsung? They all do it. You know what I mean? It's just kind of funny.
The marketing business,
mind you,
they're trying to recommend stuff that you might be interested.
Right. I mean, I understand search history. Like, I've actually searched up like a product online, like say like I'm looking for car parts or something, and I searched this out online, and I never bought it. Right? Say I never bought it, but I looked at it. I'm like, I'm not sure if that'll work, and I'm shopping around. All of a sudden, I've been on that website. Now I get ads in my email and shit. Like on the side, I get banners and stuff that just say, hey, it's the exact product I looked at. It's like, oh, well, check this out. You were interested in this. You sure you don't want to buy it? Like, it's all about advertising. So in theory, yes, you have online privacy. Your online privacy is kind of like being invaded. But at the same time, it's advertising. They don't give a fuck about, like, stealing your information. They just want to sell you shit. And that's how the world is. It's just how it is, unfortunately. Do you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying some companies are definitely worse than others. Like, I understand that Facebook is, like, you know, is a greasy company. But I don't know if you ever saw that where Zuckerberg was in, like, talking to all those politicians and they didn't understand what the fuck was happening because they're so out of touch. You know what I mean? Like, he was trying not to laugh at the stupid questions they were asking. And I'm like, this is your squad? This is who you gonna send? Like, I'm like, you guys gotta have people who at least understand the game. I don't know.
But at the same time, I just never really sure, even as a regular social media platform.
Ooh, what a good kill.
Haven't been that good for me.
Ouch.
Like, I've always liked Twitter. And I think Twitter is actually trying to get into the gaming stuff now. So I think they have their own gaming Twitter account.
Man, I don't know if that's a good idea.
No way. Especially with how many shit talkers there are on Twitch.
I mean, Twitter is like the place where people, like, Twitter's drama central, bro. Like, there's no other way around it. And it's a shit show. And I don't know. I don't even know how to react to something like that. Would they use Periscope then? Just like, if you go live on Twitter, it's like Periscope, isn't it?
Yeah. Periscope. I think that's where they want to start doing the.
Is Periscope owned by Twitter or is it separate?
I'm not sure.
I can't remember if they have a deal or not with them. Like, I don't know the situation. I'm not too familiar.
I think it's the actual thing on Twitter, but I'm not entirely sure. I know that
Oh, he stepped right in the way. Sorry, fam.
I know that there's a separate app for Periscope, but I think Periscope has an actual feature on Twitter.
Holy shit!
How the hell did we lose that so quick? God dang.
I couldn't even step out. I was getting dicked on. Boo!
Okay, how did I do? Who's this? New camo. Making my way through. Almost got that. Oh shit, I maxed out. I don't need mount kills now. All I need is... Oh, wait a minute. Wait, did I just hunt? No, I need... Yeah, what do I need? 11 more long shots, and I've maxed out the growl. And then we can move on. And people will be like, you're using the growl? How grouse.
Still, even though we got a nerf not too long ago.
I don't understand. Like, you know how like when you're picking your operators and there's that multi like random one where you can just change the skin and there's Americans, there's Koreans, there's Italians. How come there's no Canadians? How come there's no Brits? I guess the Brits are all up in the SAS. I guess there's SAS guys, but like,
yeah,
we have a fucking special forces too. We do. No one knows about it. Can you imagine like a special forces? He's just like a Canadian specialist. Every time you kill a guy, he's like, oh, you grab him from. You got a knife. Sorry about this, eh? And then you cut his throat. I'll send a letter home. I'll send your wife some Timbits there, bud. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Sorry. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
Oh, fucking hell, bud. We're going in dark, you know. Going in dark. Fuck yeah, bud.
have you seen the video of that guy from Canada talking about how beautiful Canadian gooses are? He's like, you better respect Canadian gooses, and then he like geese. Yeah,
it's plural. Yeah, sorry, I'm not being a grammar Nazi, but
like, and he oh fuck, and then he's like talking about how beautiful they are, and then he grabs an air horn and blurs that, and he's like, get fucked.
I would love to see an execution where you have like an
Get
air
attacked
horn,
by a geese?
blast it into someone's ear until they die. That'd be freaking hilarious.
We're losing control.
there was a I don't know if you guys follow the NHL at all. Are you guys hockey fans?
A little bit.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
you know how they're bringing back like they're gonna do the Stanley Cup Finals this year, except it's gonna be out of one arena, and it's like no one's allowed in the arena, but they're gonna broadcast. You know what I mean? Well, that's happening in my city. That's in Edmonton. So we're gonna host the entire like rest of the NHL, like rest of the season. So I think that it's funny that like what happened? The premier of my province, that he did like an ad as to why you know, just not why, but he's showing like advertising Alberta, and people weren't sure why, you know, this city got picked. And so he did his little ad, and this local did his own ad, and it was like the funniest shit ever. And it was like the most Canadian and Albertan sounding thing you've ever heard. And he's just going on about like local shit. I guess it was more of an inside joke thing, you know, for people who live here, but it was a nail on the head. I'm like, that is exactly why, you know, but.
Well,
Enemy UAV overhead.
With the coronavirus crap and all that, I wonder how they're going to do the fist fights that they generally allow in hockey.
Oh man, they've got they'll have visors and shit, and they got gloves on. Well, they're gonna take the gloves off. I don't know. We'll see if they let them fight. They might not.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's like, are they going to let them fight, or that could be completely correct?
There's a long shot. Give me that. 10 more. Common misconception: RCMP aren't any special police. The only difference between, like, because people think RCMP is the police in this entire country. They're not. The RCMP cover rural areas only. So, like, for example, my city, they have a big enough budget to have their own city police, right? And then if I were to drive, like, say, to a smaller city just out of, you know, they would have RCMP. You know what I mean? So, like, it's a misconception that there's, like, people on, like, horses with those red suits all the time. Like, they're not. They dress like regular police. That's just they do have that, but it's, like, formal wear. It's like when the Marines, like, you know how they have those blue suits and the white hats in the formal? It's the same thing. Except ours look a little more silly. I will agree to that. But I will say this. No disrespect to any RCMP officer out there. RCMP is funded differently than any other police force, and they love to pull you over for anything, and they will, like, giving someone a break. You're like, oh, I'll give you a warning. Does not happen with RCMP. It doesn't. So you will get a ticket. They'll be like I remember I got pulled over Cause what happened was I was on the highway, right? And this dude merged, and it was just out of city jurisdiction, and it was just into RCMP jurisdiction. Right, literally, right where the cutoff line was. Like that's where this guy was camping out on this freeway, because it's a ring road that circles the city, and he's sitting there, and I remember this dude merges. It's a 100-kilometer highway, and he merges at like 70, and he cuts me off at 70K. This dude, I was fucking furious because like that was not safe. So your boy obviously changed lanes, overtakes, right? And I was maybe going about 120 when I overtook. Maybe no, it was about 114, 113, I think. So I was about 13, 14K over the limit. And this guy pulled me over, and it was a small ticket, because I think they only pull you over when you're 111 and up. And yet he still pulled me over. He could have just been like, fuck it. But I wasn't going super quick, but they will pull you over. It's like literally as soon as they're out of that. I saw an RCMP guy give a guy a ticket for going 101 and 100. It was thrown out, but it was just like, I think the guy overtook him on the highway, because the RCMP officer was going slow. Like he was going maybe like 10K under, so the guy passed him. And he gave him a ticket for doing 101 and 100. And I'm like, that's fucking petty. Like, holy. Like, it got thrown out, but, like, it was just, like, because Speedos aren't necessarily accurate. So it could have said he was doing 100, and it might have read, like, 101 or whatever, right?
Ladies, you bastard.
It was pretty bad.
As long as they meet your quotas, they don't really care.
The thing is, I've driven in the States, and it's so funny because a lot of highways are anywhere from 70 to 80 mile an hour. I mean, I don't know if there's any that are 80, but I've driven in Florida, and I remember the highway was like 75 or so. I don't know, maybe that's wrong, but it was high. And if you convert that to like kilometers an hour, I think that's like 124. So like the speed limit is where we would get like demerits on our license on this highway. I'm like, that's fucking awesome though. So I was cruising. Like, I think I did, like, Miami to Orlando in, like, 3 hours. And I think it's normally, like, I don't know, I think it's about a 5-hour drive, maybe 4.5 hours, something like that. And I did it in 3 hours, and no one gave a fuck. Because where I live, we have, like, photo radar, right? So, like, there will be people sitting on the side of the road in their truck with a speed gun, and they'll mail you a ticket. And so there, it's just cops. So you just gotta look out for cops. Highway patrol. And I'm like, I don't see any, I'm going. Even then, the speeds I thought were fast were basically speed limit territory. I'm like, that's funny. We need that here.
Yeah, there's actually a few highways where actually the speed limit is 90, but there's very few.
That's awesome, bro. And then you go to Germany and you go to the delisted sections of the Autobahn where it's go as fast as you want, bro. But I will say, honestly, I don't need to be going super fast. On an average day on the highway, I'm doing 120K. That's my average speed, right? However, the people that, now I don't know if you guys drive, but the people that deserve to die a long and painful death are left lane hoggers. Now in the UK, it'd be right lane hoggers, correct? Now, these are people, I don't know if you're familiar with these guys, but you've got, let's just say you have 2 lanes going one direction, yes? Like 2 lanes on one side of the highway. You've got homeboy, technically everybody is supposed to say on the line, the lane close, well, for us who drive on the right side of the road, the right hand side of the right lane is for driving, the left hand lane is for passing, right? So you pass, you get back over. There are these dipshits who think that lane, they can go whatever speed they want, they can sit there, they fucking, you know, or, oh my god, it's like, I can't stand it. So like you'll be going along, even if you're doing say like 100K, let's just say I'm doing 100K, someone like you'll be looking and there'll be people who just like literally there's no one in front of them on that right lane, there's no one in the left lane. For no fucking reason, they just decide to switch lanes. I'm like, I'm gonna cruise in this lane, and they, even though they could have looked in their mirror and saw you coming, and then they have the audacity to sit there doing 90 and 100, and you're losing your mind. It happens so much here, and it's actually in the law that you're not supposed to camp in that lane. You're supposed to like make your pass and then you go, or sorry, and then you move over. But these people just sit there and they always go on a rant. Like they always go on a rant online like, oh, these people who tailgate are so entitled. And it's like, who are you entitled when you could easily just solve the problem by moving the fuck over like it says in the highway code to begin with? You know, like, fuck. That's the worst, bro. That's where my road rage comes from. I spend a lot of time on highways. So.
Why are we voting for a game of Warzone?
What?
Why are we in a game of Warzone? Oh no, we're not.
We're not.
It says Warzone for me. What the hell?
Well, it kicked you out.
Well,
It kicked you out, but it seems like you're in here now.
And I am looking at it.
Like Grasna. What's up, Travis?
Travis.
I'm mainly on PC, bro. Whenever possible.
My name's Travis, and I'm here.
Oh, dude, I would take a COD camp. I would take a COD camp session where the entire team is camping all day, every day, over these people who camp in the left lane. Like, they're the bane of my existence. Also, a close second, people who yield at free flow lanes. They should also die in a blaze. You know what I mean? Like, fucking hell. Like, it's just, do you not know what that sign means? Like, did you not go to driving school? And you know what, man? They're always boomers. 9 times out of 10. Like, they are boomers because, you know, they know everything, so why should they be wrong with what they're doing? Whatever. Sorry. You can tell that's a sore spot for me.
Yeah, you sounded like you sounded like, damn these youngins, damn these kids.
Well, no, I'm not damning the kids. I'm damning the seniors. Because the boomers are the ones that are doing it. Because here's the thing, man. I don't know if you're familiar with how the driver's licensing used to go. Back then, all you had to do was, I think you had to be 16, and you went in, you did one written test. You didn't even do a written test. You just got in the car, and you drove, and the guy's like, yeah, you good. You got a full license right off the bat. Literally, that's it. That's all you had to do back then. With us, at least when I did it, at least where I'm from, you get a learner's permit at 14, meaning you just take a written test, and the conditions on that is you have to be with a fully licensed driver, as in the full license with you, but you can drive with them. Then there is at 16 you get the GDL, which is like a graduated, meaning you can drive on your own, but you have so many conditions, like you can't have any alcohol in your system, you can't drive after sunset, all this other shit, right? But then there's the third stage, which is at 18, the full license, and that has no conditions on it. You know, it's the full proper license. 3 fucking different tests that we have to do when they only had to do 1. Who's gonna be a better driver at the end of all that? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm sorry. I go off.
16. Here you have to be 16 in order to take the driving test and all that. You have to take a written test, and then you have to take the actual driving test.
Yeah.
And then you'll have a learner's permit for about 6 months, where you have to drive with a fully licensed driver.
Yeah, that's similar to us, yeah.
Yeah, and then you take another driving test after that 6 months period, and if you pass it, you become a fully licensed driver.
Yeah, that's similar to us, except we have a longer one, because if you get a learner's at 14, you have to have that learner's permit for a year. But then again, you have to be 16 to go for your graduated. So I got all my licensing as soon as I was able. So at 14, I got my learner's permit. I practiced for however long. I also went to driving school as well. My parents, you know, bought me like a driver's training course thing. Then I got it at 16, and then I knew I wanted to work like with driving vehicles, so they wouldn't hire. No one will hire you without a full license. So I got my full one at 18. Dude, funny thing, I failed my first exam for the full 18 one, and you know what's funny? It sucks when you know that, yeah, okay, sure, some things I might have messed up on, but when you find out that the instructor knows less about driving than anybody. Like, I remember I had a manual, right? And I remember I was driving along, and I was going. I used to like to use like the gearbox to slow me down a little bit, like engine braking essentially, and it was more smooth than actually hitting the brakes. So I would often like just change gears down in rev match. So at that time, I remember I was going from 3rd to 2nd, but I was going a little too quick for 2nd gear. So I literally had my foot on the clutch, and I didn't take it out, but I pulled it from 3rd and put it in the neutral position, still with my foot on the clutch, mind you. And then it was like, I think of like maybe a millisecond or something, like a second it being there. Then I shifted to 2nd, and I saw him immediately note something down. And at that point, he wrote down that I lost control of the car. That's what he said in his notes. Because I put it, and I'm like, bro, have you ever driven a standard in your life? Every time you put the clutch in, the car's in neutral. So he thought because if you put like an automatic gearbox and you put the thing in neutral, that's losing control of the car. But you don't know anything about a car then and how it operates. And so I was fucking furious. And the second time, guess what? Your boy passed with flying colors. I think I messed up on one thing, but I got 100. I think I got like 99%. And I'm like, how is it that the same day I was with a different like instructor? Mind you, it was 150 bucks per test, so that cost me $300. Like just, I mean that's Canadian, but you know what I mean. Like it's a lot of money. So you spend like, I think it's like 50 bucks to get to do the learner's test. Then you spend another, I think 80 to get the graduated. Then you got to spend 150 on the full test. And since I failed, that was an extra 150. And I'm like, this is bullshit, man. Like they just do it to make money, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just like, and I don't know. But then all these other people get a free pass because they get grandfathered over. Like, man, I don't know. I've taken 3 different types of schooling. Like I've been to car school, you know? I've been to truck school, and I've been to motorcycle school. I've been to all those types. I'm pretty sure I know how to drive. You know what I mean? And that's why I find it so funny when people like say on my like Let's Plays, like, wow, how did this guy get his license? In a video game, you clown? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, here I don't know how it is in Canada, but here you have to pay like $100 to go to the school, and then you have to pay like another $100 to take the driving test, and then like another $100 to take the writing test, and then you have to pay like $25 for the learning permit and another $25 for the actual driver's license. So it rounds up to almost $300 to $400.
That's such a waste of fucking time. Not what you're talking about. I'm talking about this thing.
I mean, it's just expensive, man. It's all
Like,
government related, and they all want to make money off you. Get some, bitch.
It's making me second guess whether I really want to get my driver's license or not.
You do.
But next year I'm planning on going to college, so I kind of need to get my driver's license.
Don't hesitate. Don't sleep on it. Trust me. It's gonna cost you way more in the long run for public transportation. I mean, I know it's definitely less convenient. It is cheaper to take public transportation, but honestly, the amount of time and energy you do save is worth you know, doing that. Because even if you don't get yourself a car right away, it's still good to have it, you know, because you gotta take advantage of. Oh my god.
Enemy personal radar in the air.
Yeah, definitely. Like
Either way, man, we are all gonna be better drivers though, based on the amount of testing we have to go to. But the people who suck at driving are the ones who came over either like have an international driver's license where the testing is different. You know what I mean? Like say in, I don't know, let's say Europe or something. I don't know what it's like there. I'm sure it's, but you know what I mean? Certain countries, they're more slack, right? Like, and there's that, and then there's the older generations who had less training and less testing. It's just fact.
Right.
See you, Jared.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's a soft spot with me. It's a sore spot for me. I just get really frustrated because I get treated like I'm an asshole for being a millennial. Yet I'm like, I'm sorry, but what did you guys do? You know?
Fuck, there's a guy above my...
Oh shit, I got him. That scared the piss out of me.
Yeah, whenever I'll get my driver's license hopefully before next year, and it'll be a couple years before I get my buy myself an actual car, because I want to get a Dodge Challenger. I don't know what type of Dodge Challenger, but I want to get a Dodge Challenger regardless.
Okay.
And that here, that's like
highest DPI setting.
What?
Here that starts at like $50,000.
Like, do you want a brand new one?
I'll take an old one if I have to. But
when you say old, like what generation are you referring to?
2016.
Oh, okay, so newer. Okay.
Well, yeah, newer.
Yeah, honestly, man, here's the thing. I've bought a brand new car before, and the thing is, it kind of sucks because like buying vehicles is a bit of a art form to a degree, because you have to know what makes sense and what's a good value. Now, here's the thing, at least where I'm from, like if you drive the car off the lot and it's brand new, it literally comes off the lot, and as soon as you leave their property, I remember on my car, my first new car was a Volkswagen Jetta. I don't know if some people remember that or not, but that thing, I think the value of that car was about 22 grand Canadian, maybe 23. Not much, not bad. And as soon as I drove that off the lot, I think at the end of the day, I think I was paying about 25 in tax. As soon as I drove that off, the value of the car dropped down $8,000. So the $22,000 vehicle instantly became a $14,000 vehicle because it's now used. Now it's used. So
Oh yeah.
the
Well,
thing
that
is,
makes sense.
the trick, if you can find a deal, so say someone bought like a car and it was brand new and they paid for it and then they had a change of heart. If the deal goes through, it's considered used. So even if the car never left the lot, it's considered a used car now. So if you can find that, you will save so much fucking money. So your car will be listed as used when you buy it, but it's not. It'll have maybe like 20 miles, 50 miles on it maximum. It's a new fucking car, but you save money because they technically sold it to somebody else. Someone else owned it. So I've seen that. So if you can
Yeah,
find
I'll-
those, that's fucking dope because you'll save a ton of money.
Yeah. I'll definitely get a used car because
It's-
I'm not
it
paying the
makes
price
more
for a
sense.
brand
Shit,
new
we're
one.
tied. Someone get killed.
Not only that, but you can get a much doper car for less money if you go used. You just gotta know what you're looking for. You gotta like look at the
Right.
service history, look at the mileage on everything. Like, cause some cars are like some people want way too much. Wait, we drawed. Damn. People want too much money for what they have, so it's kind of stressful, but it's worth it in the end if you can to get the right one. Dealerships are really shady for that. Dealerships really they like overinflate the price of everything, unfortunately.
Right. Yeah, so I'll probably end up being a used one, which, you know, I'll save a lot of money and I'm not paying for something brand new that a used car could do the same exact thing that the brand new ones do.
Yeah.
But I'm not entirely sure which brand of the Challenger I want, because you have
Like
the
you mean
regular
like what kind
Dodge.
of like engine you want basically?
Yeah, pretty much like, you know, you have the Dodge Challenger, the regular one, and then you have the Hellcat and the
Oh.
Demon.
Yeah. I
All
would
that
definitely go
stuff.
whatever you choose, man. I would go with a V8. Don't put the V6 in there.
What's wrong with the V8?
No, I said get the V8. Don't get a V6.
Or V6. What's wrong with the V6?
Well, having a muscle car that has a V6 in it is like having I don't know. Let me think of a good analogy. It's like being a male model but having a vagina. Does that make sense? Like you're a guy, but you don't. Okay. No, okay, a better analogy. That was kind of a shitty one. Okay. Okay, having a V8 having a V6 muscle car, like a Challenger, a Charger, a Mustang, whatever you want to say, is like being like a very muscular, you know, dude, right? You're physically fit and your dick is an inch long. Does that make more sense?
Yeah.
I wouldn't get a
Yeah, that
V6,
makes
man,
sense.
just because I don't get it for the name. Like, don't get it. I have a Challenger because people won't respect the V6 that's inside it. Trust me. Get an 8-cylinder. 8 cylinders, no less. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you don't have to. I'm saying there's a lot of great 6-cylinder cars. But I'm just saying, like, a muscle car with a V6 is just, it's pointless. In my
You
opinion.
put two images in my head that I don't want in my head now.
Well, there you go.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm just trying to deter you from making a bad decision. So if it works, because the thing is, man, you can get, yes, okay, a V8 will guzzle more fuel. It'll be less reliable, but it's a muscle car. It's not supposed to be. If you want something reliable, get something with 4 cylinders in it or something. You know what I mean? Like, or don't get American. If you want something that's fast and you don't need a big, big engine, don't get American.
Alright.
But if you want the Challenger, all I'm saying, if you want a Challenger, get the V8. Trust me. Any one. There's a few options. You don't have to get a Hellcat or a Demon. Just get the SRT8 or something like that, you know?
Fucking
Right.
clearly.
Or the RT.
Yeah, I don't
The
think
Challenger RT is decent too.
Yeah, I don't exactly know which Challenger I want, but I know I want a Challenger.
Well, there you go. If you're set on Challenger,
I don't
just,
think
just make sure it's got 8 cylinders.
Will do.
There you
I
go.
have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Cars.
Like the movie?
No, real cars.
I know, I'm kidding.
You'd be like, I don't remember hearing Lightning McQueen come up.
Yeah.
What are they? They must be this new sequel. Cars
Car.
4.
The
Get a
challenge.
V8. Should have had a V8.
Yeah, I should have had a V8.
Oh.
Dude, honestly, I think it'd be hilarious to see a reboot of the Cars movies. I honestly probably 100% would watch them.
Oh, I was not paying attention properly.
You make me say, you make me say.
I disagree with that, Leo.
There. DE mark.
I'm about to get 6 kills right here.
I'm gonna count them.
Friendly UAV
Alright.
online.
Here, right here. 6 kills. As soon
I
as
detect
I'm
0 kills.
6 kills right here, baby.
Enemy
1.
UAV overhead.
Oh shit!
Ah,
You
yeah.
had it. I thought.
They moved.
Yeah, I thought you said you were gonna get 6 kills. What
up.
happened?
Hey, Lewis, what's up?
1,
Hey, Jeff, thanks for the follow.
2. Ah, son of a bitch!
Oh, what? That was way too many hit markers for that dude. What the hell?
Oh!
That was grim.
1. Fuck!
This is funny to watch.
Oh,
I had to kind of spray and pray on that one.
being shot at my
The fuck
fanny.
was he? Oh, I was trying to get a mount kill. Oh wait, I don't need mount kills anymore. I need long shots.
Yeah.
That's what I need. Forgot about it.
I need to start using the crossbow. I barely use
You
it
bastard.
The crossbow is tough to get kills with, man. It's kind of a bitch.
Yeah, it definitely is.
1.
To
I
be
got-
honest, Iron, I don't
I
get
got
too
hit,
excited
like,
over mini
2 or
games
3.
these days.
2.
Not like maybe
No!
2 or 3 kills with it.
Ammo.
But
Fucking why
it's
you
definitely,
the future. Infinite
there's-
ammo for everything.
there's definitely a learning curve for
But he was looking right the fuck at me. He didn't do anything about it. That was weird.
it. But
You make me say, you make
Holy
me
shit.
say. No.
Jesus, let's go!
How many more games are you gonna play, Dan?
Maybe one more after this.
Okay.
uh, I disagree. I say 20 more.
2.
No, it's like 12:55. I gotta be done by like 1, so we might be able to squeeze one more.
Returning to the
Alright.
flight.
Alright, making
Oh, switching pistols.
working on
Shit.
video.
Airstrike incoming.
3.
Are you gonna be working
What's
on
up,
videos
Grant?
after this? Or?
Glad you could join us, bro.
4.
You say 4? Like in golf?
Like 4 kills.
Or
5.
don't let him get that 6 kill. No, my kill.
Kills. One more kill. That's all I need. One more kill. Come on. No! 5, 6. Yes.
Hacks.
Hacks.
I almost died. That's why I screamed like a little bitch.
Gotta reload.
What's up, Payush?
Dan, looks like we're playing with us.
Oh, how did I miss that? You get
Where'd they go? Yeah, look at me. Best around.
That dude's still on the roof. Find another place I can.
I thought I was doing really good. And then Grim's just like, yeah, sit back, bro. I got it.
Hold my beer.
What'd you say about the
I can
V6
help.
Challenger? You bitch, I'll show you.
Oh, I went 28. Damn.
I
had
want it
more
to be
dust.
known I don't hate 6-cylinder engines. I'm just saying.
And as he said, they're a man, but they have a 1-inch dick.
Exactly. Dude, you can't doubt that, man. Like, a muscle car is a muscle car is very simple. Rear wheel drive, V8 up front. Very simple.
Okay, what's your guys' opinion on a hard hat?
So,
Mixed bag. Hey, Jeff. It is what it is, bro. Just the way she goes. I'm still plugging, you know? Alright, this will be my last one for sure. I kind of lost track of time. You know what screwed me over, though, is I forgot I had already streamed for, like almost an hour, and then my stream shut down. It got, like, cheesed.
You were a bit. Chat didn't get to see it, but I was in Discord and Dan was being real funny.
Hey, man, it was pissing me off. I can't wait to get the new computer. Because, like, I don't know if it had anything to do with the computer or if it had anything to do with... I don't know yet. But I was not happy about it.
It was quite funny. You were like, "You cunt! I hate this fucking computer."
Well, I didn't say that.
Well, you know,
I said "fuck's sake" a lot. I'm sure. I wouldn't have called my PC a cunt.
I mean, you might have.
I don't think so.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
Here they come.
Alrighty then.
I definitely
Maybe I
need
did.
to,
I don't know. Who knows?
upgrade my computer because I only have 40 or 8 gigabyte RAM,
Oh!
which a lot of my games can't really handle that.
That's not bad. The thing is with memory, though, it's so easy to get more and install it. It's such an easy thing. I have 32 right in mind, and I've never needed more than that. Like, I've never once come close to using full 32. My CPU is the thing that's under the most strain. Oh.
No.
Sorry, man. You walked right in front of me.
Yeah, that was my bad. I didn't know you were
Really,
behind me.
Shannon? Like, what kind of schools? Like, grade schools or, like, post-secondaries? Man, I gotta get some lunch.
What's supposed to be opening?
But yeah, I have 4 gigabyte or 8 gigabyte RAM, and I can play my games decent on it. Just it lags a lot because I don't know why, but
Me and Dan together for.
thinking of maybe getting a 16 gigabyte RAM. I'm not entirely sure
That's
if I want
plenty.
to go for a full 32 yet.
Enemy UAV overhead.
I think mine has like what some shit.
Like,
Yeah.
in fact, I can't even run Modern Warfare on my PC. Like, I should be able to.
Get down.
'Cause the way I have it set up is that it only uses like 2 gigabyte RAM.
Oh, dude, I was in that cement thing. I should have been safe.
They need to fix the airstrikes. It's like they're killing you in places they should not be at all.
I've been team killed.
There's some behind us?
Gives me a mild erection.
Damn, Jonathan. I know all about being hacked on PlayStation, so I can feel you there.
Yeah, trust me, Dan.
One thing I will ever, like, the one thing I'll say for anything, make sure you have two-step on. It's the most simplest thing, and it protects the shit out of you. So, I know so many people who don't have two-step, and that's why I got hacked. I didn't have two-step on mine. And I didn't realize it had it. I remember PSN didn't have two-step for a while, and I forgot about it, and then they incorporated it, and typical that mine got hacked. But, worst case, I lost 150 out of the deal, but it could have been a lot worse.
I forgot that PlayStation had a two-step verification.
Yeah, every single account I have connected is two-stepped. Like, it's no, like, these people are, like, so ahead of everything.
I'll probably have to get on.
Oh, what the shit.
I'm about to no-scope 60-20 fucking poop on that kid.
Did you talk to PlayStation, Jonathan?
Oh.
I mean, because I'm sure they weren't much help, because they weren't much help for me. But, I mean, I would definitely see what...
PlayStation never helped. I mean, they have good consoles and all that, but their customer service is
Customer service is ass. And even then, I'm not totally blown away. Like, when it comes to, like...
Ow!
When it comes to a company, like, would I pick, like, Microsoft over Sony? And the answer is fuck yes. I've never had problems with Microsoft. However, I've had a ton of problems with Sony. You know, customer service wise, and when it comes to like being treated as a creator, Sony won't even touch me, whereas Microsoft is always inviting me and sending me games and shit. It's like night and day between the two. The thing is, I play a lot of games on my PlayStation. You know what I mean? I still play a fuck ton of shit on there. For those that are like, oh, you're just a fanboy. Like, no one's a fucking fanboy. Who gives a shit?
The main reason why I play PlayStation is because I grew up playing system. And
Dude,
I've never
what the
been
fuck
an
is that?
Xbox person.
Totally. No, I feel that.
Which the next generation was the PS5 and the Xbox Series X or whatever the hell they're calling it. I definitely want to give Xbox a try. And I know a lot of people have better experiences with them.
Well, funny thing is, looking at the new, like the Xbox One Series X versus the PS5, it's a better bang for your buck to get an Xbox. You get better hardware for the money.
Allied UAV overhead.
It's simple
I'll
as that.
probably still end up getting PlayStation, but I still want to get Xbox. You know, at least still give it a try.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, though, I've found that Sony has better exclusives most of the time. More consistent, better exclusives.
For sure. Oh,
You'll be able to, John. It just takes longer. You will do it, though.
Enemy UAV? Fuck it, I'm a boss.
Fuck you, sitting in the corner like a clown. Finally got his ass.
but from recent leaks, it looks like the PlayStation 5 is going to be extremely cheap.
I hope so, man.
I'm thinking it's probably going to be about the same price as the PS4 was.
I mean,
Which, if that's the case, then
shit.
that's going to be really nice.
Man, we're getting worked out here.
Yep.
We shouldn't be, though. I'm top of the leaderboard.
I'm top of the leaderboard. What are you talking about?
Oh, well, you just passed me. Now I am. Check. Scoreboard, check it.
No, you're not.
Damn, it's a fight.
Are you kidding me? No,
I gotta
I'm
beat
top
Graham.
of the leaderboard. Quit lying. You will never beat me.
You fibbing. You fibbing out here.
I don't fib. I just tell it like it.
Yeah, I just do. I let my game do the talking.
God, the best players ever.
What the fuck is everybody? I'm trying to find some people.
I'm gonna steal all the Grimm's kills.
Dear Call of Duty gods, don't let Dan find anyone else. Let me be on top.
I'm gonna kill all of them.
I was just found someone as it
I'm on
ended.
top
There
of
was
the
2
leaderboard.
people, bro.
Get wrecked.
There was 2.
Get wrecked.
Finish the stream on a win. It's 5 after 1. I gotta make lunch. I gotta phone like the gas company, you know. Change all my shit.
Fun. The fun stuff.
Tireless, thank you for the sub.
What are you gonna make for lunch?
I don't know, probably just a sandwich.
Yes. What kind of sandwich?
I don't know. We'll see what I got. Probably maybe turkey.
Dan,
Turkey
tell me,
with
riddle me
lettuce,
this.
tomato,
who's on top of the leaderboard?
bacon, and mayonnaise.
Let me tell you this. Who's gonna remember?
I'm gonna remember.
Okay,
That's for
you
sure.
gonna jot your calendar down and.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do that right now. Don't.
It'll be like a yearly anniversary event, and you'll just be like,
Oh, it
hey,
will.
do you remember on July? What is today? July 13th, 2020, when I beat you on the leaderboard?
I'm gonna jot down the exact time.
Yeah. Yeah, make sure you put it in the right time one. It was what 1:05 p.m. for me, so whatever that is for you.
2:06.
There you go.
Everyone in chat is like, another round.
Another round. Fuck me, you guys. Fine. I'll do one more.
Yes!
Yeah.
As I leave the fucking
Wait.
match.
I got kicked out.
I know, because I closed down my party. Just rejoin me.
Oh.
I'll do one more. Last one, though, for sure, because I got shit I gotta do. My girl's gonna be pissed. She's like, make sure you phone the company, because they need to switch all our power and water
I don't want to
over.
make it a yearly anniversary thing.
We're going on a win. We have to. Sweat. Absolute sweat. I'm going like 40-6 game.
There. At 206, I beat Dan on the leaderboard. And
Are
if I
you
really
going to be
did,
telling this story to your grandchildren one day?
I will be. I used to be. Listen here, grandchildren. I used to be someone.
Yeah.
I
Well,
beat
back
I
in
beat
my
this
day.
YouTuber on the leaderboard in Call of Duty.
No, not Arcloud Peak. Different map. Different map.
Oh god.
It'll change. It'll change.
No.
All right, no, we're not doing our club. Bye. I don't have time for our club. I literally don't.
I would like to know who
Russ.
at Infinity Ward thought it was a good idea to have our club being at the
Shoot
map.
house. Shoot house. Shoot. Wait. Yeah, shoot house.
No, give me shipment. I'll take shipment over anything.
Shipment's like super fast. I think what's something longer than shipment?
Shoot
Fine,
house.
shoot house.
Shipment.
It won't be
That
shipment. It won't be shipment. It's gonna change once we get into a game. It's Crash. I'll take Crash.
Crash,
I'm
son
okay
of
with it. I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
I'll deal with Crash.
All right,
even though I don't
don't
really
let
like
me
this
down.
version.
We gotta get this dub.
All right.
Or you're fired. No, just kidding.
What you mean is that I need to get on top of
All
the
right. If
leaderboard
I
again.
win,
Yeah.
if I win,
Fine. I'm fine with that as long as we get that bread. I don't care who's on the top of the
Whoever
leaderboard.
whoever gets the highest on the leaderboard, Dan's channel.
All right, everyone, send your love right now in the chat. We got to get these good vibes because good vibes are worth so much in the real world.
Hey Dan, if
Just
I
like
get on top of the
One
leaderboard
like
again,
gives one good
you owe
vibe.
me
So keep liking the video. And if
a
you
brand
want
new
if you
chair.
want to send a super chat, that gives like 30 good vibes. So give 30 good vibes.
I'm going sweaty. I'm going sweaty.
You know what we didn't play today? Gunrunner. I would have liked to play Gunrunner.
We didn't play Gunrunner. You're
No, it
right.
never popped out. Let's go. That's okay.
Sweaty.
Enemy threats in the AO.
So Dan, if I get top of the leaderboard again, you owe me a brand new chair.
I owe you. Where did that come from?
I know, right?
Oh, dude, that was my
I
fucking
don't know, we were
kill.
talking about chairs earlier, and I'm like, you know what, I really wanted a brand new chair.
Yes.
So, Dan owes me a chair if I win.
I feel like Walrus needs the chair out of any of us.
Yeah, give me the
That thing
chair.
is like squeaking the shit out of everything.
Mine's squeaky as hell too, but I have my sensitivity down so you guys can't hear it.
My chair sounds like I'm strangling a mouse.
Yeah, is that what mice sound like when they're being strangled? I wouldn't know. I don't torture mice. Watch out behind you guys. Get flanked. Get flanked. Get flanked. Get flanked. Get flanked. Get flanked. Another Hitman series. Well, there's a Hitman 3 coming out, I think, in 2021.
Dude, I'm excited for the freaking new Spider-Man game coming out.
Oh, me too.
Or I don't know if it's a
Oh!
Spider-Man game, but
Yeah, I was honestly just thinking of
So
that, Grant.
I'm hyped for it.
I'll give you, yeah, I'll give you a promo code for TX Racer.
Yeah, give me a promo code.
You can have my code and save 10%. That's the best I can do.
Okay.
bet.
Will I be playing Far Cry 5? I did play Far Cry 5. I'm assuming you meant 6. I'll still play Far Cry 6. Even though it'll probably be the same. I feel bad saying this, but
Buddy!
what's that?
Huh?
What'd you say?
Oh, I didn't bother finishing it.
You didn't bother?
I didn't bother finishing Far Cry 5.
Fair enough.
Because I got it. Oh, well, I guess I don't want to spoil it for anyone who's not played that, so.
Oh, damn. How do I miss these 3 kills, bro? There you go, there's a dub. That's a long. I'm just trying to get these long shots. Oh god, I had to reload! And I was, man, I gotta get my long shots.
But I got as far as completing one of the regions, and that's as far as I got. I felt like the game was super slow, and I didn't like the combat at all.
Unfortunately, Far Cry is a shell of its former self. To be fair, man, a lot of Ubisoft games are a shell of their former self. I'm dead, man. It's been a while since I've been truly blown away by a Ubisoft title, and that makes me sad because I have so many friends that work at Ubisoft, and it's just like, I want to love your game so badly, but I don't.
I feel like they don't have the creativity they want. Like they put all their creativity into one game,
Well,
and then like every other game that they came out with, it just reused a lot of the same
Right.
creativity.
They
Everyone
clung
knows.
on to a successful brand and they just kept going with it.
Yeah.
Like I get it.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, it makes you tons of money.
Right.
But there's nothing new that you're bringing to the table.
Not really.
It's all the same thing. You're just making a different story that's worse than the one before.
Kilo lost. UAV's down.
Like the best Far Cry story that they made was Far Cry 3, 100%.
Oh, easily, yeah. And then they got carried away with it because Far Cry 3 sold so well. So, and here you know, and then you go in. Obviously, they're like, well, we got to keep the formula. That's what happened with Call of Duty. Sometimes too much success ruins a franchise.
It really does.
It's hard to find that balance.
It's
that a one?
exactly what Call of Duty has become. It's they claim a successful thing, and then they keep bringing it back in multiple titles, but they end up making it worse and worse instead of making it better.
Well, I don't, yeah. Druva, I don't know what to tell you, man. That's just the way it is. It's impossible to get everybody on your who subscribed to you to watch you at the same time. So, some people watch me for,
And honestly,
you know,
I think,
Star Wars. Some might watch me for Call of Duty. So it's just different shit.
and that's one thing I really liked about Sledgehammer games with their Call of Duty games, is that it's something different because they never really worked on Call of Duty that much. But
Right.
whenever you have Infinity Ward and Treyarch, they cling to one successful thing, and they
Right.
continue to
Fucking
remake.
Oh, he walked right in the way. I'm sorry, bro.
Cool. I was like, I thought he actually killed me.
No.
And honestly, the only good game Ubisoft has really
Oh, I got
last
flanked.
couple years that
What
I've
the fuck
enjoyed
is
with
everything?
Rainbow Six Siege, but they don't really add
Taste your own medicine.
to
You
it.
stole my kill.
It's
whoever
always
it
the
was.
same game mode all the freaking time.
Ouch. Top of the rug shot. Oh, whoops. Oh, I threw a stunner. Sounded stupid saying that. I'm not priced. Did I
Yeah.
seriously just get my long shot for this? Did I just 100% this bitch? No, maybe not. Maybe I did.
Damn it!
I think they glitched the gold camo again where it doesn't show you that you can
Fuck!
the last camo.
I think I might have just 100%ed this thing right at the end there.
Oh, right behind you, Joke. Aw.
I'll keep going though, just in case.
No!
Oh, congratulations, Rebecca. That's great news.
Dude, what the heck? I shot first. Okay, the only reason why I'm doing worse than you right now, Dan, is because I hate this map.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Whatever you say, bro. Oh,
It's
Jesus.
true.
Well, Walrus
This map
is
is
Walrus is sending it, so.
I know. I'm going sweaty. I gotta win. I want that promo.
I don't like this remake of the map at all. I feel like it's way worse than the original.
That's what people say.
Fix them up front. That's how it's done.
I'm being truthful. Kind of.
Right on, Bruce.
What?
Hey, at least you got
I
the
would-
kill of the final kill. You
At
got a bit
least
of spotlight
at least
action.
I got the final kill.
Yeah, yeah.
15 and 9. Hey, at least I had the least amount of deaths, other than the guy below me.
Yeah, so you didn't have the least amount of deaths.
What? I tired of your trash
Oh
talking,
shit,
man.
that was for the M19. Hold on one second.
1v1 me.
Wait, how far off am I? Let me just see. I didn't get it. Where is it?
I went sweaty that
3
game.
long shot. Oh, I've got to finish that. Fuck
One
you.
more game.
stupid- Yeah, apparently.
So do I get that promo code or what?
No, we said if I get the top of the leaderboard. We
No,
didn't say
that
anything
wasn't
about
the
you.
deal. It was
Hey,
whoever
guess
got
what?
the top-
Fortunately,
What?
it works for both of you.
Well, that is awesome.
There you
I'm
go.
not playing.
Just type in DanQ8000 and checkout. You'll save that bitch.
How much would I save? 10%.
Wow,
10%.
he gave you the code
So
and
if
then
I-
he said it
so
out loud
if
for
I-
everyone else
If I
to
buy
hear.
like a $100 chair, how much would I save?
$10.
Wait, I feel like that's not correct. Is it?
Well,
is
what's
it 10%?
10% of $100?
Mm,
$10.
Is it? I feel like it is. Maybe it is. I mean, I'm just stupid.
Well, it's a
You
round
need
figure
to go
like
back
100.
and
10% is a percentage of 100. So there's 10 100s or 10 10s and 100.
Okay,
So
think about decimals.
Are you trying to say something? Are they saying that you're only worth $10?
if you don't believe me, just Google. Just Google it. A $100 chair is pretty cheap though. So 10% off a $100 chair is $10. So the chair would be 90.
Okay, so think about it like this. What's 50% of
studying.
100?
Sweaty.
What's
Yeah.
50% of 100? That's $50.
That's $50. That's half off.
And then if you take 10% of 100, that's $10.
Now that's a round figure, but if you make it tougher, like 100 or to like 10% of 150, that's more like one what? Like, or that's about like $16 off probably,
About 15 to 20.
somewhere in there. Now the thing is, most chairs on DX Racer are gonna be closer to
It's like
200.
300 or 400.
There's some that
Yeah.
are like 600. I'm like, damn, but those are the jumbo ones. You might need one though because of your height. They budget it by height
Yeah.
and weight. So they like if you're like this from this height to this weight or whatever, this is the chair for you.
I would need a big one.
Because I have a slender build, so it's like the Racer series is perfect for you. This is your size. So I'm like, well, sweet.
I would really need a big one because I'm a big lad. I'm a big
Changing
lad.
mags.
Well, just it literally says each one, and there's some that like cross over. So two chairs might be like good for people this height and this weight, but then you'll see another chair style that will suit your weight and height too. It's really just what do you prefer the look of at that point.
I honestly need to start looking at chairs. 'cause
I need long rangers. I need
right
3
now
long
I'm
rangers.
sitting on my couch using my computer.
Son of a bitch.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Oh, I thought that was your last game, Dan.
Huh?
I thought that was your last game on chip or
It was until I
Crash.
realized I only needed 3 long shots to max out this fucking gun. And I don't know if I'm gonna get it on
Bro,
this
I
map, to
shot
be honest.
before you.
This will have to be the last one regardless of whether or not I get it. I keep saying that, but for real though.
Honestly, this is probably one of the worst maps to get long shots on.
I know, but it's possible.
I mean, it's possible, but kind of difficult.
Changing mags.
Oh, are you gonna be streaming it tomorrow?
I haven't decided. Oh,
Because
come
if you
on!
are, we should do the gunfight tournaments. Which is 2v2, or I think it's 2v2.
Overhead.
I might be playing Song of War though. Today I wanted to play some multiplayer to not really take away from the uploads that I had, because people would get like overwhelmed. So I don't really have too many
Right.
uploads tomorrow, so I might just go back to a story-based game. I'm not sure.
I thought that...
Oh baby, give me that kill. That was a long shot, wasn't it? Oh, and he kills me. Fuck you.
But at some point, we should definitely do the gunfight tournaments, so we can get the sweet M4 variant.
What is it?
I don't know what the variant is called. It's called Grail Quest, which is an epic variant, and it's super good for the M4 A1.
Okay. Sup, ya bish?
Changing mags.
Oh,
Over there. Step it up.
came out of that too
Enemy
slow.
personal radar in the air.
Man,
I cannot find anyone.
I think there's some at their base.
Enemy at the cave entrance.
Cave entrance, yeah. But which side? Thanks.
I'm sucking real bad, and my teammate shot me in the head.
Shit. That seems to be
Look at the bright
pretty much
side,
the
it wasn't
standard.
me.
I think it's just how people say hello to me in this game now.
Probably. Yeah.
Honestly, they should have done with oh no, they do it in this game. Never mind.
Whoa! Sorry, he snuck up on me, but he controlled his fire. Oh, I'm
Crap,
dead.
dude.
Yeah, I don't think I'm getting it, bro. Got about 5 minutes left in this match, but I'm sure we'll hit the digits before
How
that.
many long shots do you have?
I think I got 1, maybe 2. I don't remember. I think I need 2 left though for this weapon.
You can probably get it.
It's possible. I just need to be far enough away. Please let that be a
Yeah,
long
map-
shot. That wasn't long enough. Oh
Maps
my
like
god.
this and shipment, if they're long shots or they don't
They don't
not
exist.
really 100% where the long shot potentials are. Camping in the corner, bro.
What
I
a
heard a reload.
vagina.
Enemy at the cave entrance.
Reloading.
Oh god, you make me say.
Crap.
That took way too long. Switch. Oh man. I'm getting kills, but
Right.
nah, Jesse. Borderlands is boring to me, bro. I tried to do Borderlands 3 on Facebook and I just couldn't get into it.
Borderlands 3 was weird. They did not really.
I'm
do a
just
good job at
done
all
with
that
loot
game.
shooters, man. I just can't. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Like, there's so
Yeah.
much loot, you just don't fucking care. Like, there's like 6,000 weapons. It's so overwhelming. It's like, I don't care about 6 different variations of this one weapon just to have to replace it in 2 seconds. Like, the first couple I'll give you were pretty fun, but the third one at this point, man, I'm done with it.
Borderlands 2 was the only good one in my opinion. Borderlands 1 was just boring.
I heard it fell flat, like story wise, because I played it but I never finished it.
Oh my goodness.
I need to get long range. Gotta get myself over to the longs. There he is. Yes, long shot. One more, baby.
It was alright, the first one, but like you said, the story just kind of fell short. The second one was good.
Yeah, I
loved
played
the
that
second
one. Yeah, I played that one.
But then the pre-sequel and the the pre-sequel
Long shot.
was just stupid.
Bro, I don't have time.
And then the third one was just boring, and the graphics were just terrible.
We're behind. Fingers off.
Come on, Dan. One more long shot, please. Unless I actually needed to. I need something long away. See, it's weird because I gotta like stay far.
It's over. One more kill.
No! Fuck.
Over. Back to base.
It sucks. Oh well, we'll get it next time. I'm not worried about it.
I got play of the game, and I was on top of the leaderboard, so I
Yeah,
think
but
I deserve that promo.
I
code
had the
too.
best kill death though, so.
No one that I went even.
I'm
I
flexing.
went even.
Alright, well anyway, I'm just gonna back up. Let me see what I need. Brandon, thank you for the super chat. You ever thought about doing Star Wars The Old Republic again? Yes, I have. But, I don't know, man. The game pissed me off to a degree.
I still.
I don't like MMOs. It's tough now for me to do that shit. I literally needed one more long shot. I thought I did. Fucking hell. Well, I can't get it because my girl was like texting me. She's like, "Did you call these people? Are you done yet?" Like, I gotta go. It's getting late, so I'll have to bid you
Don't
guys
make
adieu.
the
I don't know when
plan,
I'll
bro.
be back in this game. I'm sure it'll be. Actually, it might not be till next week. We'll have to see what I end up doing tomorrow, though. But Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's great playing with you guys as always. We'll see you next time.
Yep.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to go ahead and end this here. I got a bunch of shit I got to do. Like I said, I'm moving next week, bro. I can't believe it's next week. There's just so much to do still. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the stream today. Don't forget to leave a like on it if you did, and also comment below what you thought. Tomorrow, I'm thinking about starting up Song of Horror. The only thing is, that game has been on the back burner since May. And it is a 5-episode event. The first episode is about 5 hours, and the rest are around 3 to 4. Here's the only thing. I have my final walkthrough of my house this Wednesday. So on the 15th. So 2 days from now, I won't be able to stream for that reason. So it's like I have what? I have Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and next Monday. That's 4 episodes of Song of Horror, and then the 5th episode is going to get stuck in limbo while I move, because I'm going to be taking some days off next week to move in, right? So I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but that 5th episode might be a while, so I'm wondering, do I wait until I have a full, 5 days in a row, and I can just do Monday to Friday and just get it? I'm wondering if I should wait. Otherwise, I don't know what else to stream. Maybe just keep playing this. You guys got to let me know, of course. Let me know what you think I should do, because I worry I won't be able to finish Song of Horror, the final episode, until, a few weeks after I move, and that might be 4 episodes done, and then that 5th episode in limbo. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But either way, let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day. I'll be seeing you tomorrow. I'll let you know what I end up doing tomorrow, okay? I'll let you know. As soon as I know, I'll make a post, all right? But thanks for coming, guys, and I hope to see you in the next one, all right? We'll see you soon. Peace.